Yeah. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another good edition of Melanated Thought, where we talk about things that affect the black community and hopefully educate and uplift our people as a whole. I am your host, Reggie Yo.
I'm Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, indeed. And we have a special Saturday edition of today because we are here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
OKC.
Yes, indeed, at my mother's house.
Yay.
So that's where we are. So that's why the setup's going to look a little bit different for those of you caught a glimpse of it before I put the splash screen up. So I actually like this setup right here better.
Me too.
I do. Yeah, so, yeah.
You just want to be next to me.
Yeah, that's it right there. I'm not going to even lie. I'm not going to even lie, but that's okay. That's all right, though. I can do that.
You can do that.
I can do that. It's all good.
I like it.
Oh yeah, I love it. But yeah, we're having a pretty. This is a kind of like an impromptu getaway. Yeah, because we got a holiday coming up.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. Major holiday coming up.
Major holiday.
So the 21st is a pretty good day.
Yes, it is.
It's the day that Stephen King was born. Really, it's the day Stephen King was born.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Stephen King was born that day. So was Bill Murray. And one of your favorite people, Billy Porter.
Yes, Billy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him.
I can't stand Billy Porter.
I love me some Billy Porter.
There's no talent having ass. But anyway.
He is awesome.
Yeah, okay.
From the fashion to his talent, he is awesome.
Yeah, whatever.
I love it.
I can't stand his ass. But anyway. Turn your mic up just a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, I figure out.
Okay, you good?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. We're all good. So everybody can hear. I hope everybody can hear us. I hope everybody can hear us.
The chat room is live, guys. So if you want to.
The chat room is live. And I think we
send us a chat.
I think we might take some calls too.
Take some phone calls. Just in case, I will put the number in the chat room as well again this week.
Yeah. Taking.
Just doing that now.
Yep.
So how was your week, darling?
You know what? I just had a regular week, man. Wasn't too much happening.
Good.
Yeah, just a regular week. Nothing really exciting happening at work. Work is just work as usual. But that's about it for me, dear. How was your week?
I'm good. It was good. I'm glad we had a safe trip down to OKC.
Yeah, we haven't been here in about, what, a little over almost a year? Almost a year. It's been almost a year. That's, well, we were supposed to start coming down here on a regular basis, but
it was like every 3 months or something.
Yeah, something like that. But, but crap came up like COVID.
Miss Corona.
That damn COVID messed everything up.
Well, she hanging in there, ain't she?
She hanging in there,
I think
man.
she gonna try to do a whole year.
Oh, you know what? She just might. She just might.
I think she gonna stay here a whole year.
She just might, man. I mean, that's messed up too. That's really messed up.
It put a lot of people plans on the back burner.
I know it put a lot of hours on the back burner.
And to kind of intertwine with our topic of today, it brought a lot of families together as well.
It brought a lot of families together, a whole lot of them, which is pretty much the topic of our show, the Black family. So we are going to hold on. Let me get this image up real quick so I can go ahead and segue into the topic of today.
Okay.
So we'll go ahead. Go ahead, baby. How was your week?
Yes, it was okay. Nothing major. But while we're doing it, I want to go ahead and do a quick shout out right quick. Today is my brother Michael and my sister-in-law Kimberly's 22nd wedding anniversary.
That's what's up.
And I wanted to say happy anniversary.
Yes, indeed.
22 years going strong, and I hope it will last forever.
Of course.
I love you guys, and you are an inspiration to a lot of us. So keep it going and keep it up, and I hope you guys enjoy your day.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a good thing, man.
And that kind of intertwines with our topic of the day, the Black family.
Indeed. The Black family, man. Yeah. La Familia Negro.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, we're definitely going to get into that. I don't really have a book this week.
Okay.
I really don't. We're not... I haven't really read very many books on the Black family per se.
Yeah,
not to say there aren't any out there.
Of course.
But I just haven't read any. So
Well, like I said when we was talking earlier, they always tell you to go to the Bible.
Yeah.
But then there's also, I know, a lot of people, like a lot of psychologists has wrote books on the Black family.
I do have a book. I'm sorry. I
Okay.
lied. There you go. I'm sorry.
There we go.
Yeah, I forgot about that
The
book.
Black
It's a book called The Black Family, written by
Mm-hmm.
Robert Staples.
Okay.
Now, I can honestly tell you, I read at this book when I was in college. I didn't read the whole book. I'll be the first to tell anybody I didn't read the whole book, but it's got some interesting stuff in it. But what little bit I did read, I need to finish it, and I will finish it, ladies and gentlemen. I am committing to that, and I will definitely finish this book. I promise y'all I will.
Okay.
But yeah, I started reading it and I never finished it. But yeah, it's a pretty good book. It talks about the Black family structure, how it affects the whole Black community, because the Black family is the pillar of the Black community.
It is.
Yes, that's pretty much that's pretty much how we do things and how we say things to our people and teach our young.
I'll say it starts from the grandparents all the way down
There
to the
you go,
newborns.
man.
So,
Because
yeah,
there you go. It
it's
starts from the grandparents.
It's a nuclear family.
Yes, indeed. It starts
Yeah.
with the grandparents,
Absolutely.
man. That's why when I put that splash screen up, it's got 3 generations of people in that splash screen. Let me put it back up real quick. You got the grandparents, you got the parents, and you got the children.
Absolutely.
That's 3 generations.
That's 3 generations.
3 generations.
Yes, sir.
And that's the way it is, man. So, well, like I said, that's the subject of today is the Black family structure.
Yes.
Where it was and where it has been and where is it going now.
Absolutely.
That's those 3 things. So we got some good stuff to talk about today. And like I said, go out there and get that book. Get it used, because if you get that book new, you're going to spend at least $100 on that book. I'm telling you right now.
Wow.
If you can get it used, get it. You know, it's really good read. From what I've read of it, I think I'm thinking about 2/3. I think I got 2/3 the way done with it.
Okay.
But I need to finish it up, and I will definitely finish it up. So, you know.
I mean, we can have a part 2 of this particular subject.
Definitely, because this is going to be a very important subject.
You can
I
never
think.
talk enough about Black
Oh,
family.
you can't talk enough about family, period.
And about, especially, the family,
Yeah.
period, especially
Yeah.
a Black family structure.
Oh yeah, the Black family structure, man.
Yeah.
It's a very pivotal thing, man, because we, as Black people, we need to keep that Black family structure going.
Absolutely.
So, you know, because like we were always told, and Dr. John Henrik Clarke, the master teacher, he's always said this, man, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yes.
And that's a very true statement. And
Yes,
I think
it
that's where
is.
we get away from a lot of times. We don't have the village to save a child, to raise a child. You know.
And
But-
let me piggyback off of about your book. Also, I know there's a poem by Maya Angelou.
Yes, read it. Read
And
it.
it's called The Black Family Pledge.
Yes.
I'm not going to read all of it, but I like the way it starts out.
Read the first few
It says,
stanzas.
because we have forgotten our ancestors, our children no longer give us honor.
Oh.
Because
That's
we have
deep.
lost the path our ancestors cleared, kneeling in perilous ungrowth, our children cannot find their way. Because we have banished the God of our ancestors, our children cannot pray.
Come on.
I'm not going to read all of it, but I just like the way that I read her poem maybe, I was in my early 20s,
Yeah.
and it's still prevalent to this day. Because without our ancestors, where will we be? You know?
Exactly.
And our ancestors is because we do have a Black family structure.
Yep.
So I just thought that'd be a nice, if you guys take time, download that or Google that. It's by Maya Angelou, or Maya Angelou, however you want to say it, and it's called The Black Family Pledge. Very inspirational.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one. I wish we would have read it all, but you know, it is what it is. We'll read later.
Exactly.
We'll read later.
Yeah.
But,
It's just
yeah.
it's a little long to read.
Yeah, it's a long read.
But please check that out, family.
Yeah, check
please.
that out, y'all. Check that out. It's good stuff. It's a good stuff. I like Maya Angelou anyway, so.
I do too.
But
I do
anyway,
too.
what you got for current events today, baby?
Well, we have a plethora,
Oh.
and it's all across the board.
Oh.
You know, so I'm
Okay.
gonna start with the one that was most current that was going to pick up from last week.
Okay.
About the 2 Los Angeles County deputies that was shot by the young man. They trying to figure out if the young man was a Black man or a white man or a Mexican man, and I believe they both were ambushed. They were sitting in their police car,
Right.
and I believe the young lady, she was shot in the face.
Ooh.
And she was like 34 years old, and her partner, he was like, a newbie. I think he was like 24, 25.
Also,
Just got on the force.
so basically they were both Fairly young.
Fairly young.
Wow.
Yes. And she was shot in the face, and she's still trying to apply pressure to her partner so he can, and tie, what you call it, tunic? How you tie, what's it called? The little tunic that they turn to stop the tourniquet.
Yeah.
To help, prolong his life until they receive medical attention.
Well, this is what gets me about that whole story.
Mm-hmm.
People are just assuming that because it happened in L.A. that the assailant was black.
Yes.
I mean, the reason why I haven't really spoken on this a lot is because of the fact nobody really knows all of the facts.
Right.
They don't know if it's a black dude, they don't know if it's a white dude,
Correct.
green, yellow, purple. Nobody knows. So until I get all the facts, I'm not going to really speak on that too much.
Right.
But I can honestly tell you this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't really condone ambushing anybody.
Right.
Malcolm X said it best whenever he was talking about John Kennedy's death when he said it was a case of the chickens coming home to roost.
Mm-hmm.
This is white supremacy's chickens coming home to roost for the simple fact that you got all of these people out here that are getting killed by the police and nothing is happening to the police officers.
Yeah.
People are getting tired of it.
Oh, yeah.
People are getting sick and tired of it. So you can expect a lot more of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate, but you can expect a whole lot more of this. Expect more and more ambushes to happen. Expect it. Because it's going to happen.
Yeah, because a lot of people are fed up. It's just...
Yeah.
Which leads us to the police shooting in Tulsa.
Yeah, that hits the home.
Mm-hmm. I would like for you to come. That's close to your hometown.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So do you get anything about that?
It was a routine traffic. It was a traffic stop.
Okay.
I guess the guy was driving. From what I've seen and from what I've heard, the guy was driving. He had expired tags.
Okay.
He had no insurance, and his license was suspended.
Oh wow.
So, with all of that going on, I think the altercation lasted about a total of 11 to 15 minutes.
Wow.
And when it all went down, two officers got shot.
Oh, wow.
One of which was killed. The guy got away.
Wow.
So, I don't know if they caught him or not. I know that I saw a picture of him. I showed it to you earlier.
Right.
I don't know if they caught him or not, but I say that to say this. If his hair would have been a little bit kinkier and he had a little bit more melanin in his skin,
yes sir,
and if he could trace his ancestry back to the slave plantations, that altercation would have lasted 15 minutes.
It wouldn't have went that way.
It would have lasted 15 seconds.
Not at all.
If that, and that's pushing it. So that's all I got to say about that. He got away with what he got away with because of his complexion. And I challenge anybody that's listening or anybody that's going to listen to the rebroadcast of this situation to prove me wrong. I want you to. Absolutely. I challenge anybody to, because I want that smoke. Please.
Yeah.
I challenge anybody to prove me wrong. Anybody.
That's kind of like the story we did a couple of weeks ago about the he was a middle-aged white guy.
Yep.
Was pulled over by the police, and he was spitting and throwing his license at the man, talking about the man's mother, cussing him up and down, calling him everything but a child of God.
Yep.
And the police officer was standing there with a, what is it called? The little taser.
Yeah.
Never drew a gun on him.
Of course not.
Was kept calling him sir.
Mm-hmm. Giving them the utmost respect,
exactly.
Right? Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But then here's a mother. My next story, here's a black mother.
Oh, here we go.
Just wanted her son to want the cops to explain why he couldn't write her son a ticket.
I remember this.
He
story.
was right, and he ran the cops said he ran a stop sign. He was right in front of his house, and she wants to know, why can't you just write my son a ticket? Why are you waiting for backup? Now, what do you think that backup was going to do?
That backup would have been all kinds of bad.
I think it would have been a bad situation.
It would have been a very bad situation.
Especially she wasn't there.
Oh, man, she wasn't there, man. That boy would not be here right now.
And that's sad to say.
Yeah, it's sad to say. It's real sad to say, man, but it's true.
Because he didn't stop at a stop sign.
Yeah, because he forgot to stop at the stop sign.
Yeah.
All she had to do was write him a ticket and say you ran a stop sign.
Exactly. That's what I thought you're supposed to do.
Or give him a warning or anything,
I think he's like 17, so he couldn't have that long of a criminal history.
Exactly. I mean, he was a college student, for God's sake.
Exactly.
I mean, come on.
So why wasn't a ticket written? Why you had to call back up for a stop sign?
I'm telling you, man, it's that melanin. The most dangerous weapon out there in the streets right now is melanin.
Black skin.
That's it. That's the most dangerous
Black or
weapon out
brown
there.
skin.
Black or brown skin, mostly black skin, but yeah, because you got some brown people out there that think they white, but anyway, it's the truth. I mean, I'm just being honest. You know, it's a lot of people they identify being white, so you know, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, yeah, that's what it is, man. It's that melanin, man. That's a dangerous weapon, according to some. I've yet to see somebody take melanin and rob a bank with it.
And be successful?
And be successful with it. I mean, I've never seen anybody say, hey, I'm black. I'm robbing this bank. Give me all your money.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
I haven't seen any. Yeah, I've heard some done tried to pass the note, but they wasn't successful with it. They was caught within a mile of the bank.
Of course.
Didn't get away too far. So
of course. But
it's different. But let me segue here. Mm-hmm. I would like to say that Breonna Taylor, even though they have not arrested the police officers that barged in on her and took her life, her family did get a settlement. I'm not going to say how much it is, but I was just proud that they get that. But I hope they get the complete justice, though, of getting those officers who took her life, though.
I'm glad you mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
Because I can honestly tell you that if it was me, I would turn that shit down.
Really?
I'm being honest with you. I would turn that down because I don't care how much money you throw at me.
Yeah.
That's not going to bring her back.
Absolutely.
What's going to impress me is if you put charges on the person that did it. Justice. Number one. And number two, he gets charged.
Some people say
put charges on him and he goes to jail and get convicted and thrown in jail.
That's why I said do the complete justice.
Right.
Yeah, the financial part is okay.
Don't get me wrong. The money is good.
Yeah.
The money's cool.
Yeah.
But still, if it was me,
her life is gone.
I'm like, look, what you gonna do about this right here? I don't care about this money. I can care less about that.
Well, again, like I said, I play devil's advocate every week. Do you think they gave the family the money to put to kind of like delay?
To shut them up. They did to shut them up. And from what I understand, $500,000 of that, I'll go ahead and say it, $12 million settlement.
It was.
$500,000 of that is supposed to go to police reform. Which I call bullshit on that.
Now, who decided to do that?
I don't know who decided to do that, but that's where $500,000 of that money is going. You can look that up for yourself.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I call bullshit on that, but that's just me.
I don't think that was a family decision. If it was, that was very big of them, but I don't think that was a family decision.
I don't think it was.
And if anybody know different, please let us know in the chat line.
Means, let us know, man, because I would love to know.
I don't think any family would do that after the police is the one that took her life.
Yeah. I mean, you can't reform a racist. You can't. You can't reform a racist. You can't reform a bigot. You can't.
Right.
You can't do that.
Wow, I hadn't heard that. Wow, brought me down a peg. I was like a little, like I said, I know the financial gain is, in some people aspects that's what they call a start.
Yeah.
But it's not the end all.
No, man. People think that just because you throw money at a situation that's supposed to stop whatever you start.
The hurt.
Stop the hurt. Yeah. Money doesn't stop the hurt.
No, it don't.
It doesn't. It really doesn't. So.
No, it don't.
With that being said, man, it's but that's how white supremacy works. They figure if they throw money at the situation, it'll shut these niggas up.
Which is sad. Well, on another note, let's talk about the Chinese virologist.
Yeah, the virologist.
The study of viruses.
Right.
Claims that coronavirus was made in a lab.
Haven't I been saying that?
I was just been saying that. That's why I'm not going to look at you, because you've been saying that.
I've been saying it
since the inception of this whole 6-month ordeal.
Exactly.
And I kept saying, no. There's no way. He been saying this, so kudos to you.
Thank you, baby. Give me some.
He has been saying that.
Give me some. There you go.
And then here's a scientist that has pretty much proved that fact.
All I got to say about that right there is this. I hope she got some really good security, because she might come up missing.
Oh, yeah. Because she is pretty much going against everything Trump has said. She's pretty much going against everything the World Health Organization has said.
Fauci, too.
Dr. Fauci has said. So I hope she got scientific data. First of all,
I heard that she had proof.
Does
she said she had proof?
Okay, so you just can't be saying that over whim,
right? I think she personally, I don't think she's lying.
Wow. Well, you've been saying it, so obviously, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think she's lying. And like I said, I've always said that. I mean, true enough. I mean, if you look at the human coronavirus, that occurs naturally. I mean, about the only thing you're going to do with that is catch a cold. That's it. Just like the rhinovirus. The rhinovirus is responsible for the common cold.
Okay.
But when you get a virus that's so aggressive, if you're in the same room with somebody no more than a few seconds and you get it, and it puts you down on your ass for a little bit, come on, man. Come on.
It's something.
Yeah.
But if it's been around all this time, why is this one so aggressive? Oh, was it made? Was something added to it?
Hello.
To make it aggressive?
Hello. Come on, man.
Something to make you say,
Exactly. So, but like I said, I've been saying it. I have been saying it.
Yeah, you have.
I've been saying it since day one.
Yes, you have. Which segue us to President Trump.
Oh, Lord.
Who admitted to Bob Woodward that the coronavirus is a deadly disease, but didn't let the American people know. And here we are sitting with over 200,000 deaths.
All because of his arrogance.
All because of something. I don't know if it's arrogance or his what's the word? Buffoonery, or thinking he's better than others, or didn't want to listen to nobody but himself. We have this many people dead, but he admitted to one person, but then try to play it up in the public. That's not right. Who's going to hold him accountable for that? Somebody needs to hold him accountable for that. I'm sorry.
Well, the American public has to hold him accountable for the simple fact that he is the so-called leader of the so-called free world.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
I
So
mean,
would they show him how they feel in what 44 days?
They should show him that. I mean, they should show him flat out. Yo, dude, you effed up.
Yeah.
I mean,
he still would not accept that. He won't. He said, "I never said that."
Well, see, here's the thing about this whole Donald Trump situation. He's a public official. The people elected him.
Of course.
Which means he works for the people.
Exactly.
He's our employee.
Right.
So we got to put his ass in check.
That's what most companies do.
Yeah, that's what you do. We're your boss.
Right.
If you can't do your job, guess what? We're going to kick your ass out and put somebody in there that can do it.
But honestly, this is not the first time he's done something. I mean, of course, this is more severe and more tragic, of course. But he's been doing this the whole 3.5 years he's been in office, and nothing has been done.
I agree.
We was teethering a little bit to get him impeached.
Right.
But what happened with that? Fell by the wayside.
It fell by the wayside because he's got the complexion for the protection. And he got the complexion for the protection, but the connection. So with that being said, man, he's not going to be persecuted or punished or anything like that. But like Gwen said in the chat room, that the reason why this virus is so deadly is because it is man-made. And I agree with you 100%. I've always said this virus is man-made. You can ask this lady to my right. She can tell you flat out. I've been saying it.
Yeah, he said that from the inception. Yeah. Yeah.
So this ain't no
I be
new
going
stuff to
around
me.
scared. As soon as we get a car, I got he come out. What are you doing that for? You gonna get a car? You gonna get? What'd you say? You gonna get it? You gonna get it?
Yeah, it's a virus. I mean, there's nothing you can really do to not get a virus.
Right.
There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, you can take all the vaccines in the world, you can still get it.
True.
So it's a virus. So it's not like it's a bacterial infection. A bacterial infection is different. You can stop those.
Right.
But a virus, no, you can't do it. I mean, it's going to happen.
Kind of like the
You're either
flu.
going to get it, or you're either going to get it or not get it. One of the two. So nothing you can do about that.
Well, on a personal note, I would like to give a personal condolences to Ruth Bader Ginsburg's family. I want to speak about this because when I was in college, I did a thesis on her. And I really believe by me doing the background history on her, it helped form my womanness, if you will. And I really became attached to her when she was trying to make her way up in the Supreme Court and up in the Congress. And I kind of related to a lot of things she stood for as far as getting things done for women in general. But I would like to just give a special condolences to her and her family because she passed away.
Okay.
I think it was either last night or early this morning.
Okay.
So special condolences to Miss Genders and her family.
Hey, hey, condolences, but death is never something that you can deal with.
Absolutely.
It really isn't. It's something that's always unexpected, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And number two, even when you do expect it, you're never really ready for it.
Right. And she was a big component, a very big advocate for women's rights when she first, like I said, like I was telling you earlier, when she first, became to work her way through Congress and Supreme Court and everything, she was so on it, like everybody just talked about her, and she was one of the go-tos about women's rights. But I guess by her being in Congress so long, and there has been other women that come along, she became a little settled to me.
Yeah.
And maybe she just felt like, well, I done all I can. I done ran my race, so now it's time for the others to take the baton.
Right.
So I written and especially like when she got older, she wasn't really as prevalent as she was, but I do still admire her when she was making her way up. She was a go-getter. So
okay,
peace and rest in peace,
yes,
Ms.
indeed.
Gingrich.
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
So that's all I have for the current events. I think you have a little something.
Oh yeah, I got something I want to say.
Okay.
No, what I really say, I got something I want to play.
Okay.
Ice Cube, one of my favorite MCs from the other side, from the west side. He has something that's really pivotal. I think people should listen to.
Okay.
It's about voting. So since we got the election coming up, this wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and play this for people, so everybody can get a better idea of what to do when it's time for you to cast that ballot.
Okay.
All right, and here we go.
God damn it, man, this shit got me.
Oh, wrong one. Where are you? Is that it? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that, Joe.
Yo, what's up? This your homie Ice Cube. Here to talk to my black folks. I just want to be straight up because there's a lot of messages going out about this election. First and foremost, anybody telling you that you gotta vote, that it's your duty, that you have to exercise the right, and that people die for you to vote. For one, people did die, but nobody walked out their house to go die for you to vote. They were killed by probably some racists that don't want to see us get anything. But I'm saying that to say this. Be skeptical of anybody telling you to vote and not telling you to ask for anything, or to tell you to just vote and not to get anything for your vote. That's not how it works. That's not the process. You don't vote just to vote. You vote because you're getting something, or your community is getting something. So everybody that's telling you that, man, look at them and say, what are you getting? Because people that just want you to vote and not ask for nothing, people that's in power that want you to vote but don't want you to get anything, or not asking for you to get anything economically, they suspect. Straight up. Because a lot of people been in place for a long time and we ain't got shit. That shit gonna end. That shit gonna end. We gonna get what we supposed to get. Period. And anybody asking you not to ask, I wouldn't listen to them. Because that's the process. Every community asks for what they want. And we gonna do the same goddamn thing.
He said a word, didn't he?
Yo.
He said a word. Wow.
That was deep, wasn't it, y'all?
Very profound.
Oh man, I love Ice Cube.
Wow.
Yeah, because he raised a really good point, and one of the points that he raised was the fact that when it comes to black people, if we ask for something, they'll tell us no in a heartbeat. If we gotta do something for you, we gotta do something for everybody else.
Right.
And that's not necessarily true, because when the alphabet people come up with something and they say this is what we want, they get it.
Because they have to appease them. They have to appease everyone. So they don't want to seem like they're being, what's the word, discriminated towards.
Then if that's the case, then they need to do stuff for black people.
You'll think.
You would think that.
Yeah.
I mean, if the Hispanics come up with a law, or if they come up with a proposal that's going to help their community out, they get it.
You're right. No disrespect. Disability people have a lot
Disabled
of
people.
laws.
Yeah, I mean,
But black people were always that last one.
and since we're here in Oklahoma, when the Native American people, there are all kinds of treaties.
Wow.
All kinds of treaties to say that Native American people get this, that, and the third. They get free medical. A lot of tribes get free medical.
Wow.
Free medical, all across the boards. Their children get it. Their children's
Really?
children get it, and so on and so forth.
Wow.
As long as they have at least one member of that family, they can prove that that person is registered with the Dawes Commission.
Really?
Yeah, they get free everything, free housing,
Now where did that come from?
free education.
What's the difference? I mean, why can't? Is that kind of like a what you call
That's
it?
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it
Why
is.
can't we get that?
Well, see, here's the thing. Here in Oklahoma, like I said, here in Oklahoma, they have reservations here for a lot of the Native American people.
Okay.
Quite a few of them. Okay, now it was a person that was saying that if we give black people a reservation, it's just going to end up the same way the Native American reservations ended up.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to them, how do you know?
They just assumed.
They just assume they don't want. They saying that because they don't want us to have it.
Right. Like they assume everything.
Exactly.
They try to think for us.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do our
they
thinking
may
for
tear
us.
this up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might tear this up. You don't know what the hell we gonna do.
Right.
Might turn into another Tulsa.
I
Might turn into another Greenwood, Ash and Pine.
Absolutely.
Another Black Wall Street.
One of the most thriving places you will ever want to visit.
Which reminds me of another story. You might want to look this up. There was a bunch of families in Georgia. They all got together. They pooled their money.
Oh yeah,
and about 90-something acres of land.
Yeah, it was.
I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
I read that earlier.
Yeah, that was the coolest
They
thing in the world.
They trying to make it like Wakanda, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I don't care how they make it. I don't care what they do.
Yeah, we can have Wakanda. We just have to build it.
I don't care how they do it. I don't care how they do it, as long as they do it.
Mm-hmm. There we go. There's the story right there.
Yep, 19 families bought 97 acres of land in Georgia.
Dang, that's rich.
I would love to see that get developed.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
That's the coolest thing in the world, man.
I just hope nobody won't put in any kind of stipulations or put up any roadblocks when they need to get permits and land documents and surveys. I hope no one stops them.
Oh, you know somebody's gonna try to sabotage it.
But why? If it's open land,
it don't matter.
No one has done it with it anyway.
They bought it. It's there. They own it.
But there's gonna be somebody to do.
It's gonna be somebody to sabotage. They're gonna try their best to sabotage that. They're gonna try their best to sabotage it. Yeah, they got a mock-up of it. They're gonna try their best to sabotage that. Watch what I tell you.
But why though? They did it everything about the book. They bought it outright, honestly.
It don't matter.
So why?
It don't matter. The same reason why they tore up Black Wall Street in Tulsa.
Yeah. No reason, just because.
Just because.
Unbelievable.
Just because.
Yeah, that's a good story, babe. I like that. I read that. Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest thing in the world.
Can we do that here? Do we know 19 people we can?
I'm gonna tell you right now, if somebody was to come up to me and say, "Hey, let's do this thing,"
yeah,
I'm all in.
Absolutely.
I'm all in. I'll lend my expertise and whatever you want me to do, and I'm cool with that.
Wow.
I would definitely do it. That's
just for
me.
the homage of it all, you know, just to see it come from the beginning to
just
end.
to see it in fruition.
From Omega.
Just from the beginning to end.
Yes,
Oh man, that'd be the coolest thing in the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think we can do it.
I know we could do it.
But I don't know if we'd be scared of all, like I said, the roadblocks or all the people coming in trying to bring you down. Things like that will put that fear in people.
Well, the legal aspect of it would probably be the biggest thing.
Was what the permits and building.
Right. The whole legal aspect of it.
But if you get with, because I'm pretty sure there are some prominent black builders out there.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
They would definitely come out there.
Just keep it all.
Keep it all black.
All black. Yes.
Keep it all black. I think that's what they want to do.
Black. Yeah.
If they did that, that would be cool.
Absolutely.
That would definitely be cool.
Yeah, that would be. But just think about it, if we get one of those in each state, is it possible?
It's possible.
Yeah.
You can put 2 or 3 of them in the state, man, because there's a whole lot of unincorporated land in every state in the United States. A lot of it. Acres and acres of it.
Very much so. Shout out to my sister Angela. She was talking about how since COVID, a lot of the buildings downtown are unoccupied.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are working from home. Mm-hmm. And so these kids won't be going to school and taking a chance of catching COVID. Why don't they open up those buildings with those, because some of the businesses that have those high petition cubicles, and just let the children go in there and get an education. But I'm sure there's going to be some robot like A, where would they eat, A or B, like how would they do gym and things like that. But I'm pretty sure that's always a way to work around that.
Oh, that's always a way.
I think that was a very good idea she brought up.
Absolutely. Make a way out of that. But that would be a good idea too.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that would be beautiful.
That would be a good idea.
But 19 families.
Wow, that is so cool. Because I had read that, I'm like, man, that is the coolest thing in the world.
And you hear what it said? It said 19 African American families bought a 97-acre tract of land and plan to use it to create a city that would serve as a quote-unquote safe space. That's crazy.
Well,
beautiful.
They can do it.
Beautiful.
They can do it. I mean, they can. It could be. Well, I'm like, well, they're not gonna let it be a sovereign nation. I'm gonna tell you that right off the bat.
What do you mean by that?
I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
The Chickasaw Nation here in Oklahoma, they're a sovereign nation. It's a sovereign nation. Basically, is a nation within the nation. They make their own rules. They do their own policing. This, that, and the third. They have their own leaders, governors, and stuff like that.
Yeah, that would be nice in essence.
But I already know.
In the interim, no.
Yeah, for the most, yeah, really, they're not gonna let that happen.
They'll be like, wait a minute now, you pushing it.
No, wait a minute.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that.
No, wait a minute. No.
We done gave you the land.
No, we done gave you the land. You know.
I don't think it would be nice if they would finally realize that, yeah, we supposed to be together, but we are still separate.
Right.
And some things just need to be separated. You know, some people need their own to cultivate.
Yep.
You know, to have that black family structure.
There you go. We say it's way into our subject for today, man, the black family structure.
But then, like I said, let me play devil. Some people might be saying, well, you're being separated because why are you trying to build? Okay, let me ask you this. So if they do that, will other races be allowed in that community? That's what people going to bring up. Or try to make an issue, make a big deal out of it. You know?
This is what I think.
Mm-hmm.
There are certain parts of the United States that people that look like us can't go. And if we do go, we got to be out of town by sundown. Because when you're out of town by sundown, that's pretty much our ass.
You know, I saw a story the other night. I like to look at a lot of documentaries and things like that. It's a city, I can't think of the city, but in South Carolina.
Yep.
I said the Carolinas in 2020. I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
He said he worked hard. He saved his money. He went out and bought his family a dream home. He said they can't have half their houses on fire. And they got like go home inward written on their cars and just unbelievable flyers put in their mailbox, called them everything but the child of God.
And this surprises you in what way?
Carolina in 2020?
This surprises you in what way?
We done come too far for that. Because a lot of slaves migrated to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
From, so when do we get back to that stage where you're trying to tell somebody they can't buy a house in a particular city?
That has never changed. That hasn't changed.
It's unbelievable, though. It's unfathomable to even think, first of all. And then to try to live through it. Do you want to put your family through that to try to prove a point? I wouldn't think them to think that I'm scared either. But I wouldn't want to put my family through it.
I can be completely honest with you, man. If it was me, I'm kind of petty anyway. And knowing me, I would probably stay just to piss them off even more and invite some of the most ghetto relatives I can think of and have them move in. That's what I would do. Like I said, but I'm petty though, Go
wouldn't that be taking and putting others in danger though?
Yeah.
If they're bold enough to come that close to your house and spray paint your house and spray paint your car, you don't know what their mindset is when they see you trying to be funny or trying to prove a point.
You didn't hear what I said, did you? I said ghetto
I
relatives.
know that still. Bullets don't have a name. Though.
Hood people.
Bullets don't have a name.
I know that.
They don't care where they from. They
Ghetto
want
people.
They want all y'all gone. You the ghetto. They want all y'all gone.
I would get some of the most, like I said, I would get some of the most hood relatives I can think of.
What they gonna do? They gonna stand there and protect the land.
They gonna be out there. They got guns too. Come on, hey.
Excuse me. So we gonna have another Hatfields and McCoys.
Hatfields and McCoys, man. Hey, if it comes to that, hey, it is what it is. But that's what I would do.
I understand because, like, you shouldn't have to. Like I said, if I'm doing the right thing, I'm working hard, and I want my family to have a good place and a safe place. You can't tell me where I can't live. But unfortunately, some people think they can. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's always been going on.
Yeah.
That's going to
Which
continue
is
to go
sad.
on. But
Very sad.
but that right there is another show for another day.
Oh, of course, of course.
Yeah, we'll get to that later on, but I got a whole lot more to say about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on to the subject real quick. We're gonna talk about the black family.
Yes.
I'm just gonna start off and say the black family is very important.
Absolutely.
It's very important. That makes us who we are. And the reason why I chose the black family is because I come from a black family, as do you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had my mother and my stepfather and my sister, and you had your mother, father, and your sister and your brother. And, I was raised by my grandparents to a certain extent. So I had both generations teaching me.
Oh, wow. That's a blessing.
No, that's definitely a blessing, man. I would tell anybody that, man. And anybody that's listening out there that knew me when I was growing up in Tom, Oklahoma, they know that my grandparents.
Excuse me.
They knew who my grandparents were, number one, and number two, they knew how my grandparents were trying to steer me the right direction. And I can honestly say, knock on wood, I have no jail record.
Very nice.
I went to college.
Very nice.
What little bit of talent I do have.
You're very talented.
Thank you, baby. I appreciate that.
You're so modest.
That's what
Very
you gotta be that
talented.
way. But what little bit of talent I do have,
Excuse me.
it was nurtured.
Cultivated.
It was cultivated. It was nurtured. I mean, the whole nine. I mean, so, and I was encouraged by everybody in my family to do whatever the heck that pops into this scatterbrain of mine.
Absolutely.
So, and that's a very important thing. And I think that's what a lot of people right now is, for the most part, missing. Especially in this newer generation, because unfortunately, we have a whole bunch of single parents out there.
We do. We definitely do.
And with that being said, which is nothing wrong with being a single parent. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm not knocking that. It's just the fact that it's a whole lot easier to raise a child when there's two parents in the household.
Absolutely. Well, let me speak about my history. I was born with a mother and father. Thank you, Jesus. I had both sets of my grandparents until I was an adult. Blessings.
Yeah.
And I had my great grandmother until I was in my, I want to say late 20s, 30s. And I had my grandmother until I was in my late 30s. And I just lost my mom recently. So I'm pushing, almost in my 40s. There wasn't a time that I couldn't call them or go see them or be with them. They pretty much taught us what they was taught.
Right.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Suffering my allergies today. I wouldn't have it another way. I often wish that I could take my nieces back to the home country where homeland where we was raised
to
lovely. Show them, and I wish one of my grandparents was still alive so they can get that same experience that we was taught and we was raised with. I know a couple of years ago we used to have family dinners all the time.
Yeah.
And I remember my brother was saying, I think I could still make it. We had to go back to slavery because I know how to plant corn and plant peas and all that. I personally said I would not, because I know how it was. I know how to use the washing machine where you have to put your washer and you have to have that scrub board. My hand done went through that little wrinkle so many times.
You went through the mangle.
Yes. But like I said, if I have to, I know how.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that, because I think when you have a upbringing like that, it helps sustain you to a certain mindset to know that you want to continue to go further.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know everybody have things that happen in their life where you are deterred for some reason. But if I could wish that upon everybody, just have that grandmother, grandfather, mother, father, sister, brother, uncle, aunt, what they call that tribe around you.
Yeah, it takes a village.
Because I know for a fact, like especially when we was growing up in East Texas, if I did something at school or we did something at church, by the time we got home, they already done called my grandmother and my great grandmother and told them anyway. So I'm not finna get away with nothing. I'm not gonna walk in the house like I'm good and clear. But we done got talked to, either we done got spanked or something by the time we got home.
Yep.
And these kids these days, to me personally, because I know for a fact that I have people in my life, I know these kids have no fear. We used to fear getting in trouble.
Oh man,
that was a whole lot. I'm getting in trouble, and I hate this. You wait till we get home.
Oh man, that was.
Oh my goodness.
Or they give you that look.
Yes, the look. That's what my dad had big eyes. Oh,
my mom is right around the corner from me right now. My mother had a look, boy. If we was acting a fool anywhere,
absolutely,
boy, man, she gave us that look, and we knew we better get some act right. Because if we didn't, that was it.
Well, they say it was on and popping.
It was on and crack-a-lacking. I'm telling you,
and then what
man.
made it so bad, they didn't do it when you first get home, so you got to wait all day.
Oh man, yeah.
And you be like, when you gonna do it? When you gonna do it?
Well, yeah, we know you ain't gonna do it no more. You should have done it the first time.
But these kids now, they be like, whatever. Well, okay, whatever. It's like it's such a difference. And like you said earlier, compared to how we was raised to what's going on now, it has been such change. And I wish that we can figure out why such the change these days. Right. Is it because the single mothers? Is it because we're having children younger? Is it because there's not a father in the household? Is it because it's not a two-parent in the household? Is it not because we're not giving them that upbringing and getting that wisdom from their grandparents? What is it that's missing from the black family?
I am going to answer. I'm going to give my thoughts on that question.
Please.
But I'm going to give everybody a brief family history of yours truly.
Okay.
I was raised in Tom, Oklahoma, which is a very rural area of Oklahoma. Nothing but dirt roads and trees. And Oklahoma red clay. Trust me, that's all that was there. My mother moved up here when I want to say I was 3 or 4. She moved up here to Oklahoma City. She took me with her. That right there, man, was a big culture shock for me, because when I was growing up, I grew up in the country. But let me go back a minute. My mother and my biological father, you know, they had whatever they was going on.
Okay. And
mom pretty much gave my dad his walking papers, saying, "Hey, we'll be all right. I can raise me and this baby be just fine." And she was right. I turned out all right. But anyway, back up to Oklahoma City. She moved to Oklahoma City here. And she met my stepdad. And they've been together, man, since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
And
Wow.
here I am. I'm damn near 50, and they still together.
Oh, blessing.
So,
Blessing.
and they all had their little influences on me and all that good stuff. And you met my stepfather.
Mm-hmm.
He's the reason why I'm so damn militant.
Yes. Yes, he is.
So, you know, so if y'all want to blame anybody for me being so proud to be black, blame him. So, but you know, he's from Lawton, Oklahoma originally, and you know, he's ex-Vietnam vet, and you know, he had a little say so in how I came up. But my biggest influences in my life, as far as my family was concerned, is definitely him, my mother, and my grandparents.
Yes.
So, my mother especially, because my mother is a reason why I have such a love for books. And if you guys can see my mom's library, this ain't even
Very.
all of them. I'm telling you that right now. I mean, it really is.
Excuse me.
But I can honestly tell everybody that because of that, you know, I am who I am, plain and simple. But to answer your question about what happened to the black family, there are several factors that's wrong with the black family.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I'm not knocking single parenthood. If you can raise a child alone, then you are a special kind of strong. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, you have strength that nobody else could have to raise a child on your own, especially if you're a female, a mother raising a son.
Yes.
Because your job is doubly hard.
Yes.
Now, the only thing that you can't teach your son is how to be a man.
Correct.
That's the only problem. He has to learn that from a man. You can't be an example of it. He has to see it. That's how children learn.
Yes.
They mimic what they see.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
with that said, you can't teach that boy how to be a man. And I have had this argument with several people. And it's the truth. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the truth. A woman can't teach a boy how to be a man.
I agree.
A woman,
I agree.
I mean, just no more than a man can teach a girl how to be a woman.
I agree.
It works both ways.
Yes, it does.
So
It does.
it just can't happen. But I'm not going to debate that right now. But anyway,
It's facts.
it's the truth. It's the truth.
facts.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
But anyway, the biggest problem I see, especially with this newer generation, is that we have too many baby daddies and not enough fathers. Now,
That's the word.
yeah, that's the problem. That's the biggest problem I see with this newer generation of people. Because back when, let's go back to our grandparents.
Okay.
Our grandparents stuck together. Even if they couldn't stand each other after a certain amount of time, they still stuck together.
Absolutely.
They took those vows serious.
Yes, they
for
did.
better or for worse, in sickness and in health. To have and to hold, to death do us part.
Absolutely.
They took those literally.
Absolutely.
They didn't believe in divorce. They just said, "Hey,
You go in that room,
you
I'm going to go in this
I'm going in this room.
We going to stay in this house together,
Stay in
though.
this house, though." Exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Because I can tell you right now, growing up, my grandmother and grandfather, they didn't sleep in the same room.
Mine neither. My mama and my papa did not.
No, grandma had her room and grandpa had his room.
Mine too. Mine too. They sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. I mean, you know, that's the way it was.
So what's the difference now? Why can't we do that? Why can't we just go? Cause we have, and they had like little what they call gunshot houses back then.
Right.
We had these 4 and 5 elaborate houses. Now, why can't you just go downstairs? Excuse me, y'all. Why can't you just go downstairs? I go upstairs and it's cool off. Why do I have to get in my car and physically leave the home?
You don't. I mean, you know.
But that happens so prevalent now.
But the thing is that's because it's easier to.
Easier.
It's easier to just go ahead and just leave.
And not work it out. Okay.
Because there's this thing out now called divorce. And it's, in my personal opinion, it's a little bit too easy to get it.
Yeah, because you didn't hear about it back then. Of course it was out there, but you didn't hear about nobody doing it.
Yeah, it was out there.
Yeah, you know what they call divorce when somebody died.
Yep.
Let's just keep it real.
Yep.
And then at times, and legally, she's considered a widow.
Yep.
they didn't do divorces back then.
Yep.
So
They didn't do very many divorces. Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead and said in the chat room when I was talking about the look. Yeah, that look could kill. You ain't lying.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm telling you, my mother had it
felt
down
like
pat.
death rays.
Man, and you could feel it too.
Lord.
You didn't have to see it. You could feel it. You could feel
Absolutely.
it. That look, you could feel it.
Absolutely.
But anyway, that's part of the problem. I think there's too many baby daddies out there, not enough fathers. And that started back in the late 60s, early 70s. So it started in our generation first. The generation before us. It started a generation before us. So
50s, 60s.
right. So that's when people started. That's when a lot of parents started raising children on their own. It was around about that time. It wasn't very many then.
Correct.
I mean, a lot of times
It was kind of taboo back then.
right. It was taboo back
Yeah.
then. It was taboo back then.
What? Your parents not together? Ooh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but with that said, man,
Well, let me play devil's advocate. I'm a woman. I love being a woman, and I'm 100% behind my women. Do you think all this started when women became more independent and what they call not dependent on a man? Because back then, like my grandparents did not work. My grandfathers worked.
Yeah. Mine too.
And my grandmother stayed home and cultivated and took care of the children, took care of the household.
Right.
So when women entered the workforce, do you think that's when all this "I am woman, hear me roar, I don't need a man to do more" kind of attitude came on? To speak honestly.
Some of it.
Okay.
Some of it.
I concur.
Some of it.
I concur.
Because there's nothing wrong with being an independent woman.
Absolutely.
Me personally, I love a strong woman. Ain't nothing wrong with I got one right here.
I was
This
talking to
one
my
right here.
sister earlier, so shout out to her. She talking about y'all need to play that Webby song, INDEPE, independent.
No,
woman.
I'm not playing that song. But anyway.
But it's just it's just an homage, just saying, it's just like it's so many independent women out here these
right.
days.
And again, there's nothing wrong with it.
Absolutely.
I have no problems with that because I know that God forbid something happens to me, you can take up the slack.
Absolutely.
And that's the way it should be.
And that's how we're supposed to be built.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. That's pretty much it right there. So with that said, it's easier
To walk away.
nowadays. And so, I've heard women say it. I don't need no man. Okay. And then when they actually get a man that's actually willing to do things for them, they treat that man like crap.
Is it that they treat him by crap, or that they not sure?
They don't
Is it just for something?
They don't know how to accept it.
Okay.
Basically in a nutshell, they don't know how to accept a man doing stuff for them. Which, come on now, that's what men do. That's our job.
Some men.
Yeah, that's our job.
Yeah.
I mean,
They should be all men, though.
I agree.
Yeah.
But like I said, that goes along the lines of what I was saying. A lot of those men that's supposed to be men ain't men because they don't have a man in their life to show them how to be a man.
True.
And that's part of the problem.
Well, I personally know of some men that did have that strong male figure in their lives, and they still are wayward. And you
Right.
be wondering, how did you get this? Because I saw how you was raised.
There are exceptions to every rule.
Absolutely.
There are definitely.
That's
I've
a
always
true
said
statement.
that there's exceptions to every rule.
That's a true statement.
There are exceptions to every rule. So
Yeah.
because I had my stepdad, uncles, cousins. Shout out Eddie Dean. What's up, bro? I had my grandfather. So I had those people to look up to. Even if my my biological dad wasn't in the picture or anything like that, I had those influences.
Right.
And with that said, those people molded me to be the person that I am because, like I said, my mother can teach me how to be a man.
Correct.
She can tell you right now, she can teach me how to be a man.
Correct.
She's a woman. What does she know about being a man?
Right. But you speak so highly of your grandfather, which is her father.
Yep.
So he stood up in your absent father's place and taught you everything you need to know.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. Where, in my opinion, that's how it's supposed to be. If that man decide he want to walk away and not want to deal with it, every man should be in a young man, especially a young man's life, in their children's life, regardless.
Yeah, child's life,
but especially a young man's life.
Oh yeah, because that man, he's gonna need your guidance.
Absolutely.
He's gonna need your guidance. Because it's like I said, we were talking about this earlier. What the hell is that?
I heard some. You heard some chickens?
Nah, it might be an alarm or something.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, again, y'all, we're at my mom's house, man. Don't tell me what kind of sounds y'all gonna be hearing. But anyway, we what was I thinking? What was I talking about? Damn, I lost my train of thought.
I was asking you about your grandfather and his upraising,
Yes.
bringing you up and things like that.
Yeah.
Stepping in your father's place.
Oh yeah, stepping in my dad's place. But like I said, my dad went off and married somebody else, and you still need that. I know I was talking about now. We were talking about boys needing that positive male influence to have somebody to look at, so they can become men themselves. They have to see an example of a man in order to be one. And on the other side, on the same side of the coin, the girls need to see what a man is, so they can say, okay, I want a man like my dad.
Absolutely.
Because my dad is a good dude.
Absolutely. My dad took me on my first date. See? My dad took me on a date and showed me how I'm supposed to be treated by a man.
There you go. What
to accept from a man, and how a man is supposed to treat a woman. Shout out to my dad, rest in peace. Yes, sir, that's true. You are so right about that.
Yep. Gwen put something in the chat room and said it shocks us because most men are not giving or willing. I am a single mom, but it took everyone to help me. Of course it did.
It does. That village. That's what we're talking about.
Especially if you got sons. I mean, I know she has sons. If you got a boy, a male, come on, man. It's gonna be doubly hard on you, sister, because.
But she got them through. They're adults, and there are some great men. There are some great men.
There you go. Just do the best you can.
She got it done with her village.
Just do the best you can. Exactly. You got to have a village. Like I said, you got to have the male influence, man. Because without the male influence, that's pretty much what's wrong with these younger cats out here. Because I saw something that pissed me off.
Okay, elaborate.
I was getting. When I just got finished getting my tires last week.
Okay.
I was going home. This young lady was outside changing her tire, and her sorry ass excuse for a man was sitting up on his cell phone doing God knows what on that cell phone. And she was sitting up changing the tire.
Lord, forgive me for saying it.
Now,
please tell me he was disabled.
He wasn't. He wasn't. He was not disabled. Here's my deal. Now, on our way up here, you was about to get out and pump your gas. What did I tell you?
Don't touch that door handle. Do not get out the car. I mean, I'm just like I said. I get it. I know, but that's what that first instinct. Pull up at the gas and jump out. But because
exactly. Because if I'm around, you ain't gotta do nothing.
Yep.
You stay in the car. I'll pump the gas.
Yep.
Oh, we got a flat tire. Don't worry about it. I'll change it out.
Of course. Yeah.
But that got to me. I'm sitting up here looking. I'm like, this sorry bastard.
But you know what, Sweet Pea? Maybe he didn't know how. Maybe her dad taught her how, or someone taught her how. Maybe he didn't even know how.
I thought about that.
Yeah.
But that's not an excuse. You get out there and you try.
Be like, what is this thingy? You never know, though.
You get out there and you try. As a man, you
at least stand out there with her. Or a sister or something.
He was out there.
He was out there by?
He was out there by.
Oh, no.
This is what he was doing. I can't make this up. This is what he was doing.
Well, maybe he was Googling how to change a tire. You think?
Hell no.
I'm playing devil's advocate. Yeah.
Sorry ass. No, he was just a sorry.
He would have been in fetal position. I would have been standing up how to Google a tire. Because he would have been oh my gosh. So what was your first thought when you saw that?
I saw that.
Sorry.
I called him. Let me tell you something. The kind of person that I am. I got a woman, tires flat, I'm changing the tire. We're in the car together. Babe, we need gas. Okay, cool. Stop gas station, I'll pump.
You always do. I don't know what I was thinking yesterday, but yeah, you always do.
Yeah.
You always do.
Yeah. So, with that said, man, you a woman should never have, if she has a man, now you was by yourself. You ain't got no choice but to do it by yourself.
Yeah, of course.
You don't have a choice.
Yeah.
But this dude was with her. And he's standing up here with a wife beater on, pants sagging, on his damn phone. But she's sitting up changing the tire.
See, I just started judging him in my mind just from what you described, what he had on. You know, could he be a buster?
That's exactly what he was. I mean, because
or he probably got mad at her. You got to change your own tire. You know, oh my gosh.
No, man.
But even still, I think even if we're arguing, it's just that we having a knockdown, drag out on driving, and you driving.
I
think you would still get out and do it. Yeah, I know you would.
You are absolutely right. I sure would. I don't care how mad I am that you ain't got to change it. You ain't got to. No. You ain't got to pump your gas.
Absolutely.
You ain't got to do none of that. But that goes along the lines of a boy not having that male influence. That's what I'm talking about right there. I said, okay, he didn't have a man in the house.
Something. But wouldn't it be awful if you find out that he did?
That'd be something. Unless his daddy was one of them kind of dudes. I'm going to get some cigarettes and stay going all day. A street runner.
Heard of that before. Heard again. What they call them, Rolling Stones.
Yeah, a street runner. If he was never at home and taught him anything.
Yeah. But like you said, I agree. We as women can be so independent and so forthright in our convictions, but sometimes we just gotta let a man be a man, not abuse us, but let a man have his place where he's supposed to change the tire, pump the gas, take out the trash, blah 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 blah. But like I said, maybe it started when we entered the work field, and like my grandparents, my grandmothers, and my mother taught me and my sisters and some of my cousins that I was raised with, be independent. Don't rely on a man. But then there are some things you have to let a man be a man about, though.
Well, see, here's the thing. And Gwen just put something in the chat room. She said, my dad taught me how to change the tire, and my daughter knows how. Cool. That's a good thing.
Absolutely.
They need to know how to do this stuff.
I know how to change oil. I don't
Yeah.
like to, but I know how to check it.
Yeah, exactly. And she she goes on to say that she'll move her brother out the way, which he shouldn't have to do that. I mean, your brother say, no, I got this, but that's just my personal opinion. But most men don't know they need a class. Well,
wow,
that goes along the lines of what we're talking about.
Nice sentiment, like that.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but most, and like I said, that goes along the lines of most men, because of most men not having a man to teach them how to do those things.
Yeah, that
goes along the lines of what I was saying. So,
but you as a man anyway, growing up, teach yourself.
Exactly.
You gotta know it yourself. What if you get it from, you want some chick to change your tire for you because you don't know how?
Hell no.
You know how I'm gonna look at you? Or like I said, judge you? You don't know how to change a tire?
So, man, come on. You gonna look at him all kinds of.
Yes.
Let me see. Who got the vagina? Me or you?
Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah.
But I piggyback off of Gwen. My dad taught me and my sister how to check our oil, check our washer with your windshield fluid, check our, like the other day I was saying my car had the coolant low. I knew exactly what that meant. I just don't know how to do it on my car because I never, but I know how to do it if I had to.
Right.
And that's good. We both had those fathers in our life that showed us how to. Again, that leads back to teaching us to be independent.
Right.
So we won't have to be
like I said, if you are by yourself, then by all means, you have to do this stuff on your own. You have to do this stuff on your own. But like I said, a man should never let his woman change tire or pump gas. I'm sorry, I just got something. I don't have that.
Let me take you here with you, Sweet Pea, right quick.
Hold on. Somebody posted in the chat room. Look like it's Angie.
Oh, come on, sweet Angie.
Okay, she says the kids today have better opportunities than our generation did. Why do you think that they are depressed, angry, or on hard drugs, or disrespecting? Well, that's
good question.
They do have better opportunities than we did back in the day. I agree with you on that one, but they don't take advantage of them. I mean, the opportunities are there. A lot of them just don't take advantage of them. Because I can tell you right now, if I could have had the advantages that these children have right now, back then when I was coming up, oh man.
They can do anything, touch anything.
The sky would be the limit. Yes, they have so much access to information. I mean, back then, this would be fact. It's for a fact. Our Google was an encyclopedia.
No, exactly. And if you didn't have an encyclopedia, you had to go to the library.
Luckily for me, my mother bought me a set of encyclopedias.
Yeah, we had one too.
Yeah. So that was a good thing. And the reason why that they're depressed and angry is because there's something missing in their life. especially when you have a drug habit. They're missing something in their life, and as far as them being disrespectful, they're not taught how to be respectful. That's the problem.
I'm gonna say this right here, Sweet Pea. A lot of these parents, forgive me, parents, y'all trying to be y'all kids' friends.
Oh yeah.
There's a time and a place to be a friend. There's a majority you got to be a parent.
No, thank you.
Because I'm not finna go hang out with my child at the club. I might go get my nails done. But as far as being your friends for going to the no.
I've seen that happen.
Because that boundary will cross eventually, and then you'll be at that. You'll be like,
exactly. I've seen that happen. I have seen that happen so many times, man. Yeah, I've seen 2 generations, damn near 3, of people in the damn club, women in the club, booty tooting and every damn thing, and mini skirts and every damn thing else.
Now, don't get me wrong. I know we're gonna go out because I always think like my niece is 30 years younger than I am. Yeah. And I said when she turned 18 this year. I said when she turned 18 or 21 years old, if she want the club, yeah, I want to take her to the club, be her, go to the club with her. But as far as going out every weekend, hey Michelle, what you? No. Hey Michelle won't be doing that.
No.
No, ma'am.
No.
So no, I mean, just a one-time turn up, of course. But on a regular, no.
Nah, you don't make it a habit doing going to the club. You got people out here right now that's our age and older. They hit the club up
more than
more than teenagers do.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on, come on. I didn't really, even when I was in my 20s, I didn't go to the club that much. I was a homebody, still am.
You go because you want to see what the hype is about.
Right.
But if I gotta pay to go stand up against the wall, listen to some music, I can do that in my house.
Thank you.
Or I love house parties, of course, because you congregate other people.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But a club, I gotta go pay. Oh no.
And I'm already a DJ. I can DJ all day long. So hell, I ain't gotta worry about that.
Absolutely.
Hell, I got music and lots of it, so I'm cool. But
you answer her question.
Are celebrities raising our children? That's exactly it. Yes, they are. You got people out here right now. Oh yeah, we definitely have better music, Gwen. I agree with you on that. So yeah, we definitely have better music. Cause
we did. We have,
our generation had the best music. Don't give a damn what nobody say.
Driving down here last night, we was jamming.
Oh man, come on, man. I was having a field day. But yeah, Angie. Yes, celebrities are definitely raising our children. Because you got people out here you got children out here right now that hold Cardi B above their mother.
Emulating
everything Cardi B. And this is a show on Netflix called Cuties. I refuse to watch that shit.
Oh my God, those young girls twerking.
I refuse to watch that.
I mean, I know some people saying they're like a group. What they call? They're just part of a dance group.
No, damn that.
No, the way they dress though.
Not with the way they move.
And all these.
I refuse to watch that.
But I did see that there was a group organization that's trying to boycott Netflix to have it taken off because so many older men was making comments on these 11 and 12-year-olds girls.
Pedophilia.
Yeah, I heard that story. Yeah,
I refuse to watch that show.
Yeah.
But that's another subject for another time. But I just had to mention that. But anyway.
But that relates back to here you are thinking you just putting your daughter in a dance group. Maybe she could become a dancer later on or something, but here's somebody looking at her in a sexual manner.
Another time, baby.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Okay, I get it. I see you, but yeah. But it's just go back to the parents.
But you're absolutely right, Angie. Celebrities are raising our children, and that's sad. That really is sad. When you got a child that holds somebody like we ain't even gotta say Cardi B. We'll say Lizzo above their parents.
Not Lizzo, more like Meg Thee Stallion.
Or Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
either one.
They talked about Lizzo because she's a plus size woman. So they look at Meg because she's supposed to be so sexy and fine. But there's a double standard to me. I don't mean to cut you off. There's a double standard with me with Meg because Meg is in college. Yeah. And trying to do good things around Houston as far as building senior citizen homes. Okay. So how do we look at that? Because she admitted she is sexualized. She loves being sexy, but then she's also going to school, getting her master's, and doing good things in the city.
Okay, here's what I would do if I were her. I would accentuate that part of my life and try to downplay the sexy part. I mean, because you're going to get more accolades with the positive than you would the negative.
Sure, because that's going on now.
Yeah.
Hardly anybody knows she's in college.
Yeah,
but she is.
Yeah, they don't want to know. One thing they see, damn, she got a fat ass. Right. That's all they see.
Exactly. Yeah, and then a lot of these parents put their kids in front of the TV anyway, so they don't
That's
have no
true. So they won't
choice
have
but
to.
to.
Yeah. That goes along the
know.
lines of what we were talking about earlier. Parents being parents.
Mm-hmm.
When a parent is letting the television and social media raise their children, and that children grows up either grows up being homosexual, which I'm not knocking that. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. But if they grow up being homosexual, or they grow up being a drug addict, or they grow up doing God knows what, that the parents don't want them to do, then you can't blame nobody but yourself for that. You can't, because you let the television and social media raise your child.
But again, let's go back to devil's advocate here. I'm a single parent. My children's father walked away from us.
Again, there are exceptions.
I have to work.
There are exceptions.
What's the exception? I have to work. I don't have nobody to keep my children.
Listen, that's what I'm talking about. That goes along the lines of the village raising the child.
But what if I don't have a village? The TV is my village.
The TV is your village, which is the wrong village to have.
But that's all I got, though.
But that's all you got. Then you got to make the best out of what you got, though. Is what I'm saying. Like
Even if you do have that TV as a village, you still have to teach your child right from wrong.
Exactly my point. There is no excuse for it.
Yeah.
You still have to teach your child.
Yeah.
Okay, Angie has another question. What do parents need to do to get a hold of this issue? Be a parent. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
This is definitely an issue, because this generation, we make a decision for our generation. I agree with you on that. But like I said, the parents need to be a parent instead of trying to be their child's friend.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Or compete with your child.
Yeah. That's what parents have to do. It's be a parent. I mean, that's it in a nutshell.
But would it be considered their ages as well? Because some women are having children. Well, they've been having children young. You know, like I said, my grandmother had her first child when she was 12. So it can't be an age thing, but I guess it's the way of the culture. Could it be the culture? Because my mom, okay, let's say if I'm a 16-year-old and hear my mom, she wear more weave and more wake up and get her nails done and go to the club more than I do.
Right.
So is that the culture? Because I don't remember my grandmother and my great-grandmother going to the club together. You know? So is it just the times that we're in now?
No, you can't. You really can't chalk that up to. That's the way it is.
Okay.
You can't chalk that up to that.
Okay.
That would not be a fair assessment.
But what could it be? Why is it like that? Like when Angela said, "Hi," why is it like that?
It's like that because, like I said, the parents aren't being parents.
But they think they are
They're
by
not
being their
being
child's friend.
No. You're not being a parent.
She's my. How can your daughter be your best friend?
No.
I mean, that's possible. Don't get me wrong, but
Now,
there
as
has
you
to be
get-
a line drawn.
Now, as you get older,
Of course.
as you get
But not
older.
in a teenager.
But
no.
when your child is a teenager, I mean, I've seen parents smoke weed with their with their children.
Wow.
I mean, children be 13, 14 years old. Let me hit that, and they puff, and they smoking weed with their parents.
But what's that old saying? Parents just say, "I'd rather do it with them in my house
Which
than in
is
the
bullshit.
streets."
Come on now.
That's what they say.
Which is bullshit.
I'd
Come
rather
on.
them see me doing and learning from
disagree
me
with
than
that.
somebody the wrong way.
I disagree with that.
Yeah.
I completely disagree
Me
with that.
too.
That's just an excuse to not parent. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's all that is. That's just an excuse to not parent.
But again,
But like I said, to answer
I
your
still say
question,
it's the culture.
I disagree.
I think it's the culture.
I disagree. The culture is that's just an excuse for people not trying to be parents.
They have more accessibility than we did back then.
I agree.
But even if they do have that accessibility, you still have to, like you said, I agree with you about being a parent, but then it's so much competition out now and so much, like I said, I guess I look at too much Mari now. I've been at home these last couple of months, and you see so many mothers trying to date their daughters, boyfriend. Like,
Here, check this out. Didn't mean to cut you off. Gwen made a good point. Teach children that there are consequences to their actions. Exactly.
Yeah.
She hit the nail on the head. You
That's
couldn't have
true,
said it
Gwen.
better.
That's true.
You couldn't have
Gwen.
said it better. Teach your children there are consequences to their actions. You are absolutely right. That's the problem.
But some have no fear though. Some be like, I
You know why?
like consequences.
You know
I
why?
like fear.
You know why?
Why?
Because there's something that they're missing.
Like what?
It's the
they're
attention.
okay, let's say if they're in a 2-parent household, they're getting all the attention they want. They're getting anything, any Nikes and Gucci and anything they want. But like Angel said, they're still got to get on meds just to function. They're so depressed they don't leave their room. What is that?
You got to find that balance. I mean, like I said, every rule has exceptions. Every rule has exceptions.
Yeah.
Okay? So just because you grow up in a 2-parent household does not necessarily mean that you're going to grow up, angry and be the next Louis Farrakhan.
Oh, of course, yeah. But that's what you strive for as a
I
parent.
mean, you strive for that. You strive for that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to do that. And on top of that, to piggyback on what Gwen was saying, you got to teach your children the consequences for their actions. A lot of people out there don't believe in disciplining their children.
Oh, no.
And that's part of the problem, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, also, if you are in a 2-parent house, your parents got to get on one accord, too.
There you
because
go.
Your mother might treat you wrong. Exactly, because I can say I tried that, but when my mother put me in my place,
there you go.
I didn't do that again.
Of course not.
But you're going to try. That's just natural. That's in human nature.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to try the weaker parent against the stronger parent.
Oh, yeah. You're going to test the waters.
But those parents got to be on one accord, too.
You're going to test the waters.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to test the waters.
Definitely.
You're going to test the waters.
Definitely. But, yeah, I just...
Hold on. Let me go get. Let me go get Mom.
Okay. Okay.
I'll be back, y'all.
She's in the next room. We're down here in Oklahoma visiting his mom for his birthday. So she's in the next room. Hopefully, she'll join us and you can get to see where he get all his handsomeness from, because he looks just like his mom. But I can't really see the chat, guys. If you guys are making comments, it's on his side. But I'm glad you guys are corresponding back with us and chatting with us, because this is a very interesting topic. He and I had this conversation maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago because of something we saw in the news, and like we both disagree on something. Some things we agree on and some things we do disagree on, because like I said, I had both my parents in my life for all my life until like in my adulthood. So other than that, I feel sorry for those who don't. But still, if you do have that one parent that is showing you their best at all times, just give them that homage, just give them that respect to know that is your parent. That's not your friend, that's not your homegirl, she's your mother. And I know there are some single fathers out there too. He's your father, he's not your homeboy. He's not your road dog, he is your father. So let's just continue to respect our parents and respect our mothers and fathers. Here she is. Come on in, Miss Judy. The lady of wisdom. Are you going to sit over here? You going to give me your seat? Or?
It's because I'm old.
No, ma'am. Come on in. Join the conversation. We can get some of this wisdom going on. Yes, ma'am. Always.
Hold on. Let me get you all mic'd up and everything.
Yeah, I was just thinking of how don't be your child's friend, and it's not your homegirl and it's not your homeboy, so you gotta show respect to them no matter what.
Absolutely. That doesn't mean you gotta be a warden.
Absolutely, yeah. So you gotta have them, because kids gonna be kids, children gonna be children, but there's still that fine line of respect. You gotta give me some respect,
Absolutely.
I'm not your little friend on the block. I'm your mother. In the words of Bill Cosby, I brought you in this world, I take you out. How many times did my mom tell that to me? So, yeah.
Hold on, let me get the extra stand for you. Hold on. You can go and sit down right there.
You got it? Uh-oh, something. This is live, y'all. We're going to get this set up real nice for Miss Judy. I'm going to read the statistics while he's doing this. It's like, I was doing some research like I always do, and it's amazing to me how many percentage of 2-parent households there are. The highest ethnic group that has the highest of 2 parents is Asians. I thought that was a little outstanding, and the lowest percentage is black families. So this coincides with our topic today, that we as black families still have the lowest percentage of 2 parents in the household. All right, we ready for Miss Judy now?
Yeah. Go ahead, Mom. Say something.
Hello.
Okay, we good. We good, Mom.
All right. Well, Mimi was just saying that the lowest percentage of 1-parent
2-parent
households is in the black community.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's a learned way to live. Let's just say back in the day, men were taught they didn't need to take care of their kids. They didn't need to father their kids. Now they've got to figure out what father means.
Yeah.
I don't know what father means. Kids don't come with instructions. Personally, I just listened to mine, did what they told me, and I grew up. I grew up into a pretty good person.
Yep.
Absolutely.
But I had to have their input, which meant that I was not their buddy pal.
Nope.
I was definitely mom,
Yep.
and I was a single parent. But I listened to them. I asked them, what do you think? They learned how to make decisions sooner. You don't take decision making away from kids. When a kid reaches maybe 8 years old, they can make a decision. They can probably make a decision before then. But you gotta ask them. Do you think this will work for us? Don't hide the fact you have no money. Don't hide
She
the
never
fact
did.
that things are going badly
She never did
for
that
you,
either.
for the family.
She was always straight, no
Yeah,
chaser.
my mom too.
Always be straight up with your children.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep. My
That's
mom
what I
was.
think. That's what parenting means. You just can't put off the rent to go and buy that child some $600 shoes.
Hello.
That's what we was talking about last
You
night.
can't
Hello.
do that.
Yeah.
You know.
But they
you
don't
can
want their children mad at them.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
It's okay for your kids to be mad at you. Because you're going to be mad at them too.
Exactly.
I've always told mine, they tell me I'm mad at you. Okay, that's all right. You can be mad at me.
Yeah.
Because I get mad at you sometimes too. And then their next statement is, you do?
Yep.
Yeah, I
Yep.
do. Yes, we do. So, but we worked it out from everybody being mad at everybody else. You know, and there was no hitting. We didn't have to hit.
No.
My kids grew up not wanting to disappoint me.
Exactly. That's worse than
I
anything.
grew up
Oh, yeah, definitely.
not wanting to disappoint them, and I'm pretty sure that we disappointed each other on occasion, but
Oh yeah.
that happens. That's the way life is.
Human nature.
So that's my statement for today. And I'll see you on air next time.
All right, Mom.
Thank you, Miss Judy.
That's all. Yeah, that's plenty, Mom. That's plenty.
Absolutely. That's that
plenty.
knowledge.
That's
You need
plenty.
that
That's what we needed right there,
knowledge.
especially on this subject
Absolutely.
right here. That's what we needed.
Absolutely.
Y'all need to be going into some other things, but we'll discuss that after you get done with what you're doing.
All right.
I have an idea.
Okay.
That happens when you get old. You get
Yep. You get ideas and lots of them. Got a lot of time, so yeah. A lot of free time, I should say.
No, not really, but you do. Thank you.
Thank
All right,
you.
no problem, Mom. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
That's Mom, y'all. That's Mom. Once
Yes.
again. Oh yeah, you love Mom. Yeah, Mom drops that knowledge, don't she, Gwen? She drops that knowledge.
I can't see her though. I can't see the chat. Go ahead, you got
That's
it
my
over there.
mother. That's my
Yeah,
mom.
I can't even see
What's
it
right
over
here? You
here.
can't see it? Oh, well, you can't see it from here,
Yeah,
of
that's
course
what
not.
you can see it.
You can't see it on the phone?
I can't see it over here either. That's good.
Okay, you're good. You got it.
The last one was no children, but good. Okay, well, any other thoughts, sir? Because like I said, I've never raised a child. I'm just speaking from my personal thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't have any experiences of raising a child, but you do.
Yeah.
So what did you do different with your children? Did you express upon them the things you was raised with and that your mom taught you?
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. I'm impressed. I've always been the kind of person, even though they weren't my biological children, I've always been
But
the
there
kind
was a children in your presence, especially
Yeah.
two boys.
2 boys and a girl.
2 boys, yeah.
I put as much wisdom, especially those boys, you know, and
For what you was taught.
yeah, from what I was taught.
Absolutely.
Because Chris didn't have his first child till he was 25 years old.
Oh, good.
So I did something right.
Absolutely.
And my daughter doesn't have any children yet, and she's damn near 30. And she said by the time if she doesn't have children by the time she's 30, she's not having any.
Yeah.
So, and my youngest son, he's 25, he's 26 now. He doesn't have any children. No jail record. I mean, only one of them went to college, and that's the oldest. You know, he had a basketball scholarship.
Okay.
But for the most part, you know, I taught them everything. I taught those boys. I taught them all. You know, the importance of being a free thinker. Don't let anybody do your thinking for them.
First and foremost, to be a black man.
That's number one.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Absolutely.
So, you know, and I taught them, you know, the same thing my grandfather taught me. I taught them how to be men. And they turned out pretty good. I mean, you know, Chris
25 first child, college.
Exactly, college.
26 no children, still working and doing it. Oh yeah, I think
exactly.
They saw something.
Yeah, they saw something. And so on top of that, Chris is working on his master's degree right now.
Wow, blessing.
In business. So you know, hey, you know, and and of course, you know, me being who I am, I taught all of them kung fu, all of them, so they can know how to defend themselves, especially my daughter.
And that's a discipline game too, right?
Yes, exactly. It's a discipline game. Yeah. I taught, you know, I taught them a lot, you know, and that's what you do as a man. So like that goes along the lines of being a man. You teach your children, especially your sons, even the sons that ain't yours. And I mean, those weren't my biological sons, but hey,
you still taught them.
I still taught them, and I can pretty much guarantee you.
And kudos to you for that, because some will be like, "These not my kids.
Oh yeah,
We're their fathers."
And I can promise
you didn't take that statement like that.
Of course not. And I can promise you.
Kudos to you.
And I can promise you right now, if you was to ask either one of those children, you know, who's your daddy, they go right there, point right at me.
Absolutely.
And my daughter would cuss you out if you say that ain't your daddy.
Right.
She would cuss you out. She would cuss your ass out if you say that.
No, they ought to get you to feel good.
Oh man, that's my baby girl.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, they
all three of them to say that you're their father. That's awesome.
That's my daddy right there. You know.
Yeah.
That's my daddy right there. You know, because I was with him. I mean, I was with him through the good and the bad.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do when you have a blended family.
Yeah,
like,
we have a blended family about that. You got to be with him through the good and the bad.
Absolutely.
Right. That's what you do.
So, what do you think about? Like I was just reading this article. A lot of single mothers go to the churches. They do the I'm thinking about like the LeBron James story. They go to the YMCA and they put them in sports and let coaches and things like that cultivate their mind.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's a good thing.
Okay.
See, that goes along the lines of having that positive male influence. You know, it don't matter what kind of positive male influence that boy has,
just get
as long
it
as
to
he
him.
has
He
it.
needs it. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, because like like Mom said, you know, my stepdad, even though he was, you know, doing his thing, whatever, you know, that pretty much made Mom a single mom because he was pretty much, you know, absentee for the most part. I mean, that man completely ignored me the whole time I was growing up until I got a little older.
But look how you guys came together. You got like you said, you got older now.
Yeah.
You're pink. You giving him his roses now.
Oh, no doubt about it.
Pretty much same mindset.
Yeah.
I love you, but that black thought.
Yes, indeed.
That black thought is heavy, and he had to get that from somebody.
I got it from him, man. Thanks to him, had me listen to the last post and every damn thing else, man.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you. So hey, you know, it is what it is. But I had all those people in my life, man. You know, and I thank them for it. I mean, because I can tell you right now, I would get my ass whooped from either one of them.
Oh yeah.
So, and my grandfather, man, like I said, that's probably the biggest influence I ever had was my grandfather. I mean, I had others. I mean, I had my kung fu instructor, my kenpo instructor, and all those guys. But for the most, and you know, and one of them and my kung fu instructor was a little short Chinese man. But I wouldn't piss him off.
Yep. Yeah. Just the description alone, I wouldn't either.
Oh no, I wouldn't piss him off. Now my kenpo instructor was a brother, a black dude. You know, he was an ex-military the whole nine. You know, that dude was bad.
And you do. That's why when I first met you, I said, "Were you in the military?" Because your structure is kind of militant. So yeah. Oh yeah.
No, stand straight.
Yeah.
You know, stand up straight. You know, hold your head up. Don't ever hold your head down. That's something my mother taught me.
I think I told you this before. That's what my grandmother taught me and my sister.
Don't hold your head down.
Don't hold your head down. You hold your
No.
head up high, and if they don't speak, you speak first.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
You look them in
and
the
looking
eye.
right in the eye.
Yeah,
Yes,
there you go.
did.
That's all I learned from my grandfather.
Absolutely.
You look a man in the eye when
See,
you talk
your
to him.
grandfather, my grandmother. So we need
There
those
you go.
grandparents.
Need those grandparents, man. So,
Need those grandparents. But I must admit, like my mom, me and my sister was in Girl Scouts, and like my brother, he did every sports, and he was in church, and
that's a good thing.
He had my uncles on my mom's side and my dad's, so to go to and things like that. Like my mom had a best friend, Miss Sylvia Page.
Yeah.
My mom, I remember she giving me her phone number and said, if there's something you don't want to talk to me about, go to her. Because my mom trusted her enough that she would guide me the right way.
Right.
And that's how I'm trying to be with my nieces. It's like, because I always told my sister that, you always want someone you go to. Like I knew if I could go to cause my mom, she's the only one girl in her family, but my dad had several sisters, and I wanted that aunt that I can go to and talk to and not get talked about. And that's what I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be that aunt to my nieces. So if it's something they can't talk to their parents about, don't go to your girlfriends or your friends at school. Come to your aunt who had life experiences.
Right.
And if I can't help you, I'm gonna try to get you to help you.
You gotta have that. You gotta have that.
And maybe that can, like, if those kids know they have those options, they won't be on depression medicine or sitting in the room talking about don't nobody
that's part
love
of the problem,
me.
and that's just it. That's just it. To segue onto that question, and Gwen brought up a really good point. She said, when you go in somebody's house, you speak first. Period.
Absolutely.
That's what we're taught.
Absolutely.
I would always go if I wanted somebody's house, man. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing, Miss Such and Such. I got a friend right now. Her name is Charlene. Her mom and my mom were the best of friends in school. Her name was Jacqueline, Miss Jack. We called her Miss Jackie. Everybody in her family called her sister or Sook, one of the two. But the thing of it is, whenever I would go to a house, I would go over there and say, "Hey, Miss Jackie, how you doing?" I mean, and for some dumbass reason, people out in Tom, Oklahoma, I don't have a name. I'm Judy's boy.
Judy's boy.
I'm Judy's boy or Judy's son, one of the two. I'm not Reggie. I'm Judy's boy. For some dumbass reason, people they're like, oh, that's Judy's boy right there.
Yeah.
So, but that's what she would call me. Oh, you Judy's son. I said, yes, ma'am. And I leave it at that. I would answer just like she would call me. I said, Judy's son. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But that's what we were taught to do. You go to somebody else's house, you speak.
These kids don't even speak. I'm not trying to put my little nieces on blast. But that's one of my sister's biggest pet peeves. She be like, "Did you speak to me? Oh, hello." I don't know where they get that from, but they do. These kids, they know. To me, these kids have the upbringing. They don't want to utilize it until you put them on Front Street.
That's what you got to do.
Which is ridiculous, but yeah,
especially
my sister don't have no problem putting them on Front Street.
As she shouldn't.
So yeah.
And speaking of your sister, she put something on here real quick. She said, our parents made sure we had everything we needed and some of the things we wanted.
Absolutely.
Along with that, our parents communicated with us whether the situation was good or bad.
Yes, they did.
That's exactly what Mom was saying.
She just said that.
Mom just said that.
Yes, she did.
Mom just said that. So yeah, and that's a good thing, and that's the way it should be. You should always communicate with your children. If you have children, man, communicate with them. Talk to them about any and everything. Okay, and she put something else in the chat room. My father wasn't light on us just because we were girls.
Yep.
We were his baby girls, and we grew into women, and he spoke wisdom and knowledge to us as women.
Yes, he did.
So
absolutely, thank you, Angie. He did.
Yeah, and that's the way it should be.
He did.
That's the way it should be. So
I mean, sometimes I be like, dang, Dad taught me how to be so independent and how I don't depend on a man for things, but I know my limitations. I'm going to let you be a man. I would never take that away from you, ever.
And she doesn't, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like I said, I know how to do things, but if you're in my life and you're supposed to be my man and my dude and my future husband, I'm going to let you lead.
Hey, babe, answer this question. Who takes out the trash?
Reggio.
There you go.
Reggio. It's just some things. I mean, I don't know if this is the correct way to say it, but there are some roles that we women, we gotta let a man do. We can't do everything, ladies. Right. That's their Lord. That's their role. They were put on this earth to lead.
Yep.
Not emasculate. Well, I know we have sometimes we can emasculate a man, ladies.
Yeah.
But we're supposed to let them lead. Don't lead you into a dark hole, ladies, but lead you to something that's prosperous.
In other words,
something beautiful.
In other words, if you got that 40-plus-year-old man that's laying up on his mama's couch talking about I'm working on my mixtape, you might want to let his ass go.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
Say that again.
You might want to let him go because he's going to lead you down the path to single parenthood.
Where can he lead anyway?
He couldn't lead you anywhere.
Nowhere. Don't get me wrong. Everybody got that one-hit quitter with a one-hit wonder, but until then, when is that going to happen? 48?
Yeah, when you in your 40s, man, because I gave up my rap career years ago. I'll be the first to tell anybody that. And I was pretty good, too. I could have been one of the best to ever do it. But I chose another route because I know that, number one, me rapping ain't gonna last forever. I mean, I might get 1-2 good records out of them, and that's it.
Yeah.
So after that, I'm just by the wayside. And number two, I had other things I could be doing besides that.
Right.
I turned out all right.
Absolutely. You turned out good.
I turned out all right, so I'm good.
You're perfect for me, honey.
There you go. That's what's up, baby. That's what's
But
up.
then again, that goes back to the black family structure, sweetheart.
Yeah.
It's like when you see someone like that, what do you think? Do you blame his mother for letting him as a man at 48 years old lay up in her house? Or is there, okay, look, so I know everything has a circumstance.
It depends on the circumstances. It depends on the circumstances. Because, like, if you have a grown-ass man in your house, and that's pretty much what he is, a grown-ass man in your house.
Legally, anyway.
Legally grown. And this dude is just sitting up on your couch, smoking weed.
Talking about who drank all the milk.
Talking about who drunk up all my orange juice.
Exactly.
And you got your funky-ass feet up on my couch. And you got your funky-ass shoes up under my coffee table. And you're not doing anything with your life, that's when I got a problem.
Where is the encouragement going to come in, though?
Well, see, that's just it. Part of that, it's a twofold answer. Part of that is the parents, or the parent or parents' fault.
Okay.
Okay, the other part is his.
For not taking initiative or something?
For not taking initiative.
Okay.
Okay, now let me explain that real quick.
Okay.
It's the parent or parents' fault because they encourage this kind of behavior. Okay? They make excuses for him. They say, okay, well, it's hard out here trying to get a record deal. Well, here's the thing. If it's hard out here trying to get a record deal, steer him towards something else.
Absolutely. Because record deals are not the only thing in the world.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Steer him towards something else. And if it's his fault because he lacks the initiative to take control over his life. So it's a twofold thing.
Yeah.
You got to blame the parents and you got to blame the individual.
Well, what about that old saying where they say that some mother's sons are their man?
That's another thing.
They take
And
care
I
of
have
their son
seen,
like they're
and I
their
have
man.
had this argument several times over too.
Really?
I have heard women tell me, my son is a man in the house. No, he's not.
No, he's
That's
not.
your son.
Yeah.
But he pays bills. Okay.
That's still your son.
That's still your son. He's not the man of the house.
No.
Now, unless y'all got a freaky ass relationship.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's the man of the house. But
No.
he's not the man of the house.
No, he's
He
not.
is your son.
He's your son.
Nothing more, nothing less. That's all he is.
Correct.
All right. And I've had that argument with several women.
Really?
Several.
Well, did they give you why they thought like that?
Well, they said that's the only man in my life.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
All right then.
That's a little weird, but okay.
That's a little weird. I mean, I had a period where I was living with my mother too.
Were you 48?
Hell no.
I had to get that dig in.
But I'm just saying, I had a period where I was living with my mother too.
Yeah.
But I was not the man in my mother's house.
Absolutely.
I was my mother's son.
Right.
Plain and simple. That's
Right.
what I was. Her son. Nothing more, nothing less. I was not the man in the house. I
You were
had
just
a job.
not getting your life story. Yeah, you just not getting your life
Yeah,
story.
I had a job.
Yeah.
I helped mom pay bills or whatever, but I was not the man of the house. I was just her
Absolutely.
son.
In no shape, form, or fashion would you ever be.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly. So, you're missing with that one. You're
Yeah.
missing with that one.
Yeah. But those are a lot of thoughts. Some of the things I've heard people say, like, they want to protect them. They don't want to see them out in the streets.
Well, guess what?
And
some
things
some
like
of them.
that.
I mean, when you get to be that age, and you still haven't gotten any kind of motivation in your life, maybe you do need to light a fire up on your ass and get out there and do something with your life. I'm just saying.
Come home and lock chain. Mama, you changed your life.
Exactly.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I did. It's time for you to go.
I
It's
most
time,
certainly
what they
did.
say, it's time for you to grow up, son.
It's time for
Or
you to grow up
daughters
and be
do
a
the
man.
same
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, your daughters do the same thing.
Because I do make this running joke. Like, if my mom still had her house, I'd be like, I wonder how many times I went back home and stayed with my mom. But in my essence, I know I love my independence. Probably
Right.
not too many. Unless I just had to. But probably not too many, no. Mm-mm.
Right. As you
I
should.
love my independence.
As you should. I mean, there's always that segue to go back home. I mean, if you need to go back home, because I can pretty much guarantee you, if I need to come back here to live in Oklahoma City, I know I could.
Open arms, yeah.
Yeah.
Open arms.
But I'm trying
Open door
not.
policy. Yeah.
I'm trying not to do that.
I don't want you to
No,
do
I don't
that.
think. I don't
Not
think,
without me, no
I got
way.
my baby. I got my baby right here. I got my baby right
But
here.
yeah, I encourage everyone to just encourage everyone. Encourage your black women. Encourage your black men. Because we like I said, we all need that village. And when you do see a single mother out there striking, like I was just holding this conversation with my cousin,
Right.
who's a principal,
Yeah.
and I'm like, what about the single mothers? What are they doing? They trying to hold down a job instead of trying to homeschool. So if you see that, what kind of encouragement can we give them to not give up, stay the course? Because I know it has to be hard.
It's really, really hard
Yeah.
for a single mother out there, especially in this time. I mean, which is what we were talking about earlier. It's really hard for single mothers out there, for the simple fact. Well, let me turn this music down just a little bit.
Okay.
For the simple fact that it's a lot of single mothers out there, and they need that encouragement, and they need that enlightenment to let somebody, to have somebody to give them that boost, and that's part of the reason why we're having this show.
Absolutely.
So to give that encouragement, because that's my goal, is to encourage black people.
Absolutely.
That's what I want to do.
Because just interject here, there's just not single mothers. There are single
There's single
fathers.
fathers out there too.
Yeah.
There's some single fathers out there too, and some of them are raising daughters.
Yes.
And just like I say that a woman can teach a boy how to be a man,
Absolutely.
a man can't teach a
cannot.
girl how to be a woman.
Not at all.
It can't happen.
Not at all.
I mean, we can try, but nah, we can't do it. It's not going to happen. So, I mean, that's just the way it is, unfortunately.
Let me ask you a question, because like I said, I love your blackness. I love how headstrong you are with your black culture. If you ran into a situation and you know of the young man that has left their single mother with children, would you speak to him? Would you give him a word of encouragement? What would you do? Honestly, what would you do?
I'm glad you asked that question. I had a nephew that was in that situation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He had got this girl pregnant, but him and the girl couldn't get along. That happens. But I told him, I said, "You got a child?" He said, "Yeah, I got a child." I said, "Well, I don't mean to try to be funny or anything like that, but are you absolutely sure it's your child?"
Okay.
He said, "Yeah, I'm sure, Aunt." I said, "Cool. Be a man." He said, "What does that mean?" I said, "You got to figure that one out on your own." I mean, I'm here to guide you.
Did he have a father in his life?
That's what I was getting at.
Okay.
I said, I'm right here. If you need some pointers, I'm right here, nephew.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you anything wrong, and I'm not going to intentionally tell you anything wrong.
Okay. That's the word.
Yeah. I am not going to intentionally tell you anything wrong. I never will. I mean, look at your cousins. Did I tell them anything wrong? Nope. Okay, then I'm not going to tell you anything wrong either.
And do you think he heeded that encouragement?
He needed that encouragement right now.
Did he receive it?
He received it.
Okay.
And anytime he had a question about what to do, he came to me.
Oh, nice. Because someone be like, I don't know if they be too embarrassed or.
I told him, man, you can talk to me about anything. I told him, I said, dude, come on, man. I mean, I don't understand that that your pops is gone, because his pops was, had knocked his mom up and was knocked up 18 other women, literally. I can't make this up.
Okay.
But anyway.
Did you say 8 to 10 or
18.
did you say 18?
I said 18, 1-8. Two shy of 20. So yeah, that's how many children he had that we know of.
Wow. Now, why do you think that? Because he didn't have a father in his household?
That's exactly it. Well,
so it's like a generational?
It's a generational thing. I told him, that's what I told my nephew. I said, break the cycle.
Break the cycle.
I told him, I said, look, man, you got to break the cycle.
Wow.
And it starts with you. I mean, and right now he only has 2 children. He has that child, and he has another one now because he just recently got married.
And I bet you he's so heavy in their lives.
Oh yeah, he's all up in there.
Yeah,
he's all up in there.
That's awesome.
That's all. He's all up in there because like I said, if he can't talk to anybody else, he'll call me.
Absolutely.
And I told him, man,
you need that though.
Yeah, like I said, that's a positive role model.
Even I'm not. You know what? Even me, I don't have any earthly children, but I need encouragement too. I think we all need encouragement.
Yeah.
Of course, single mothers, single parents, children needs it, but just people in general need that support system. Because you don't know what people are going through, what they have experienced. You just don't know that, but there's nothing like having that support system to turn to, though.
You gotta have a support system.
You know how much you probably have made an effect in his life by you just talking to him.
I made a big influence, because like I said, he was even though he can't get along with the mother of his child.
Right.
I told him it's not about the mother.
No, it's about the child. And I wish people would start thinking about that when they just up and leave a situation. If you can't get along, that's fine. That don't mean that should remove you from that children's life or from that child's life. Yep. That's crazy. Wow. Okay. Well, the next topic.
Okay.
Which I know these are our thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. He and I have went back and forth on discussing this, and I think this is a very good point that we need to discuss.
Right.
How do people feel about other races raising black children? I'm going to go ahead and elaborate quick. You see a lot of celebrities, and I know some regular people are adopting, like from Africa and other countries, black children. And most of the people that are adopting these children are Caucasians. Right. And I know you want to make sure that black child keep that culture of the black living, the black culture, the black ethnicity, the black thinking in their realm of living. Right. But do you think they will captivate that if they was raised by another race?
I say no.
No, okay.
I say no, and I'm going to explain that.
Okay.
The reason why I say no is because of this right here. A white person don't know the first thing about how it is to be black.
True. We're seeing that now where everybody's saying, I didn't know. All the Karens and with the Black Lives Movement, they didn't know that more black people was getting dominated and beat up by police officers. And
exactly my point. So you don't know the first thing about that. I mean, this is just me talking. Okay. Now, in a perfect world, it's not about what color a child is. It's not about what color the parents are. In a perfect world.
Yeah. In a perfect world.
In a perfect world.
Yeah.
But since we live in the United States of America, it's not like that.
Not at all.
There are certain rules that a black person has to follow that a white person can't teach them because they don't know anything about those rules. Because some of those rules are unwritten rules. And we have to show them how to navigate through the world through the eyes of a black person. White people can't do that.
Absolutely.
Now, like I said, in a perfect world, yes, it doesn't matter who your parents are. As long as you got that love and support, that's all that matters.
That's what people say, that love.
Yeah.
But you need more than love.
You need more than love, man.
You need it.
You need more than love. So whenever I see white people adopting black children, I said, I mean, I know I shouldn't be judgmental or anything like that, but look like Angie called you out. She called you a daddy's girl.
That's why I got my glasses. You see me pick up my glasses. I said, what did she just say?
Yeah, you're a daddy's girl.
It's definitely a daddy's girl. They talking about
talking about sports like two men.
Ooh, I'm gonna get you.
I believe that.
But you know what?
I
feel like I'm well-rounded too. I feel like I'm a well-rounded woman too.
I agree with you on that.
Thank you, Angie. I appreciate that.
But anyway, back to my point.
Yeah.
Back to my point.
Yeah.
I think that every culture should, in the United States, I should say, every culture should adopt their own, because like I said, there are certain rules, unwritten rules, and rules that are understood only by that culture that somebody of a different culture can't teach them. Right. Case in point, we can't, if me and you want to adopt, it'll be kind of awkward if we adopted a Native American child.
Why?
We don't know anything about Native American culture.
True, but we're giving a child that's in the system love.
I agree with you on that. Like I said, in a perfect world, that would work.
Yeah. But Well, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, we don't know anything about being Native American.
Right.
I mean, even though I got a little bit of a Native American blood, but that's about it. I mean,
I
that's
got
it.
like 0.5%, if that's possible.
So, yeah.
I see your point.
But yeah, there's certain rules. There's certain rules that you can't teach a child.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just all there's to it. There's certain rules.
Not to call anybody out, but some of these celebrities, when you see them with these kids, I don't have a word for it. It be like, are you letting the child raise itself? It's unbelievable.
Well, it goes along the lines of what we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's just go ahead and say it. Charlize Theron.
Okay, there it is.
She has she adopted a black son.
Yes, she did.
And this boy walked around wearing dresses
and purses
and got purses and every damn thing. And because that's what he sees.
And he's what, 7, 8?
Yeah, he's 7, 8 years old, and that's what he sees. Yeah. That's all he sees is a woman. Because I don't think she's married.
No, she's not.
So all thing he sees is that.
So that goes back to our original thought. Regardless if she's a white woman, he's a black kid. There's no male figure.
No male figure in the household.
Right.
No male figure in the household.
Yeah.
Because I had a friend that used to live down the street from us in Oklahoma City. His name was Terrence.
Okay.
And Terrence had some sisters, some older sisters. Mm-hmm. And his dad, I think his dad had passed away. I think his dad was like a fireman or something like that. He got caught up in something, and his dad ended up dying.
Wow.
But he didn't have a father in the household. And his sisters used to dress him up in a dress. And so I saw him.
He was part of the tea party.
The whole nine. And so, here I am. I'm like, and me and him were around about the same age.
Yeah.
I'm like 8, 9 years old.
Okay.
And so I saw him outside. I said, "Ain't you a boy?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Why you got that dress on?" And he looked at me and said, "How come you're not wearing a dress?"
Right.
And I said, "Because boys don't wear dresses."
But he thought it was normal.
He thought it was normal because that's what he was taught.
That's what he seen.
That's what he saw. And I'm like,
Yes.
"No, boys don't wear dresses." He said, "But my sisters said," I said, "Your sisters lied to you then. Because your boys don't wear dresses." I said, "Do you see me wearing a dress?" He said, "No." I said, "Do you see Kwame wearing a dress?" Which is my friend from down the street.
Okay.
I said, "Do you see him wearing a dress?" He said, "No." "Do you see Pierre wearing a dress?" "No." I think you might need to reevaluate some things, bruh.
That's kind of weird that you at 8-year-old knew that wasn't right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because of your upbringing of being around men.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He went to that house, man, was crying and stuff like that, and told his mama. And but I can pretty much. But the next day he wasn't wearing no dress.
The next day he had on some what they call them, tough skins.
Yeah, he had some jeans on, some sneakers.
Yeah.
And I said, "There you
wonder
go."
where this dress no
said,
more.
"You all right then?" So you good now, bro? Good. We went out here. We started playing football in the middle of the street.
But would that have made a difference? Would you still be his friend if he continued to wear dresses?
I'll be his friend because, I'm not worried about what you do behind closed doors. That's your business, bruh.
Absolutely.
But hey,
that's just his upbringing. His upbringing showing him how to wear a dress.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I don't know. I agree with you to a certain extent. A white person, Caucasian person, whatever, cannot teach a black child about their culture, where they come from. Of course, they can do the research and
that's not the same.
And try to find their history and things like that. But there is a culture that we as black people grow up in that is totally different.
Yep.
On so many levels.
Yep. That's my whole point.
And when I tell you I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Of course not.
I wouldn't trade being a woman.
Of course
and
not.
I would not trade being an African American, black woman, black whatever. I
right.
would not. Because it's a way of living, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful experience.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. So I know black children has the highest rate in the foster care system.
Yeah.
And for these celebrities, I'm pretty sure they can go and get them a cute little, cuddly white baby.
Well,
but for them to reach out and gravitate and adopt a black child, that's a big kudos to them. But then you got to think about the long term of, will I be able to teach this child how to comb their hair and how to react in the system when people pick on them because of the color of their skin, or That's what the culture we live in is now. When you're stopped by a police officer because you're driving, of course, if you are a child to a celebrity, you're probably gonna be driving a nice car.
Yeah.
So when you get pulled up by the police because of the car you driving, will I be able to explain to that child the protocols to take and how to handle themselves in those situations?
That's a good point.
You know,
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really, really, really good point. And just to segue off of that, there's a lot of celebrities out there that adopt black children because it's the in thing to do. That they do it, it's not kind of like a fashion statement. Because for the longest time, it was a whole bunch of white celebrities going to Africa picking up some
like
black
every
children
other
like
week.
it was a fashion accessory.
like it was.
Yeah.
Every other
Like
week.
it was a Coach purse or some
Yeah.
shit like that, and that didn't set too well with me at all. And I'm like,
Yeah.
are y'all serious?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you got some of them out there that have no idea, like you were saying earlier, that they have no idea how to comb their hair.
It's some black fathers who don't know how to comb their own black daughter's hair.
Exactly.
So I just can't assume like someone like because Angelina, when she was with Brad Pitt, they
Yep.
adopted. Do you honestly think Brad Pitt know how to?
Hell
I mean,
no,
probably he
you
could.
know he don't.
He probably could, but I just can't imagine him trying to French braid or do some twist locks on his
Yeah.
black child's hair.
Yeah.
I just
Do some Bantu knots. Or
Bantu
something like
knots,
that. Come on, man.
exactly.
You can't do
Good
that.
call, yes.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm not judging nobody, but until I see it in experience, I don't think that's even fathomable to even happen.
Right.
I know they are aware that they do have assistants, they have nannies
Yep.
and things like that. But what you as their parent, they look to you as their mother.
Right.
They look to you as their father.
Right.
What can you teach them that they'll know about their ethnicity?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I have an issue with that. I mean, like
Yeah.
I said, the perfect world, yeah, it doesn't matter what race the parents are and what race the child what the
Absolutely.
child is in a perfect world.
Yeah.
But since we
But this
live
not a
in
perfect world.
this isn't a perfect world,
This
so
is
we
far
got
from a
let's
perfect
just
world.
be honest, man.
Yeah.
Come on, there's nothing that we have to teach them. We have to teach them plain and simple because only a white person can do that. You know.
Do we have to teach them just for the survival of it all? Just to survive. Know how to survive.
That's just it.
Yeah.
That's just it. There's certain rules you have to follow.
Rules.
There's certain
yes.
rules. Like I said, some of those rules are unwritten rules. You have
Yeah.
to. They just understood.
And that goes back to what our ancestors teach us.
Yeah.
You have to know.
Yeah, we have to know
You have
that.
to know.
We have to know that. Only we can teach our children those certain rules. Nobody else can do that. So,
Wow.
there's that.
Good. I'm glad because that's why I was torn to even bring. That's why I kind of like we gonna wait till the end of the show because I don't know how some people might take that conversation. Because like I said, a lot of people say it don't matter. It don't matter. They all need love.
And like I said, in a perfect world,
But
you're
that
right.
child's psyche, though.
Yeah.
You gotta think about that child's psyche.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got people out here that's in interracial relationships that got biracial children that don't know what to do with their hair.
Oh, good point.
I mean, come on, that's something
point.
that's something you have to take into consideration. I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, can you learn? Yeah, you can learn. I mean,
Absolutely.
I mean, all you gotta do is listen to an older black person. They'll tell you.
But they say YouTube it.
Oh, YouTube the shit out of it. That's what most people do anyway.
They
so,
do.
but that's just that. But
They just have it embedded in you to know.
exactly,
Well, what do you do?
exactly.
But kudos to them for adopting them.
No
They're
doubt.
giving it a better way of life than being over in another culture where they're being mistreated, of course.
Oh yes, a lot of them
But
are being
please,
mistreated.
if anything, please give them that substantial information that they need to
Yeah.
know how to be a black child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what you gotta do. But,
absolutely.
but
Okay. And you got some more comments?
no, I'm good, man.
I think
we
it's
got-
some more out there. I can't read. I can't
Oh,
see.
yeah, some more comments. Let me see. Gwen said two things. Gwen said that we are beautiful. By we, she
Yes,
means black people
we
and black women in
are.
general. Yes,
Yes, we
yes, indeed. I agree. Black is definitely beautiful.
Yes, it is.
No matter what shade of black it is.
Mm-hmm.
Light, bright, damn near white, blacker than the ace of spades. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is.
So, I love my sisters. I love y'all
Mm-hmm.
to death, boy. When God made y'all, he was showing out.
Yes, it did.
Shit, I'm just saying. I've always said that.
What was that song we listened to yesterday? The most beautiful
Sing
thing
in this world, baby. Come on now. Keith Murray. He hit the nail on the head with that one. And she said something else too. She said, why did you have to go out the country to get a child?
Because there are several in America.
Like I said, you know, they use that as a fashion
point.
accessory. They did that's kind of like
point.
it was a chic thing to do. That's the reason why they did it. Yeah, that's the reason why I did it, because like they wear those children like it's like a Gucci watch. You know, that's what they parade them around. Look what I did. You know, I rescued a little black child. Whatever.
Good point, Gwen. Yeah.
But
Because I don't know, did any of them adopt any American children?
nope.
So they're all out the country,
Madonna didn't.
overseas.
Madonna didn't. Sandra Bullock didn't. Who else did?
Charlize, we
Charlize
mentioned
Theron, she didn't.
Angelina and Brad.
Angelina and Brad didn't. Whoever else adopted a black child, they went overseas together.
Wow.
So, nah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Good point.
Hey, I think we're done here, baby.
Yeah, but like again, I wanted to say this big holiday that's coming up on Monday,
Yeah, buddy.
September 21st.
Yeah, buddy.
It's my sweet pea's birthday.
Yes, indeed. I'd be 49 years old,
49 going strong years old.
Yeah.
And if you guys can remember to send him a special birthday shout out that day.
Yeah.
I have a little something planned for him, and hopefully he'll appreciate it and love
Oh,
it.
I always will.
And I just wanted to say again, I'm so blessed to have you in my life.
I'm blessed to have you,
I
baby.
can't wait to be your wife.
Oh, yeah,
and we
that's
can
gonna happen.
cultivate in a beautiful home together and make this thing last forever.
Well, here's the thing. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there, y'all.
Okay.
She said she wants a date of January 31st. I don't know if she was...
At first, I wanted 10/10, but Corona she messed it up for me. But now I want January
we thought
31st.
about that. We had seriously thought about that, but now I think she wants to go with January 31st. I mean, it'd be easy for me to remember because I ain't got to remember shit. I just got
2 gifts on the same day. Okay.
I think that's what she was getting at. But give us some ideas, y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
Give us some ideas, really.
I'm done. Because I wanted 10/10, but now I don't even know what day.
Yeah, give us some ideas, y'all out there listening, man. Give us some ideas on a date.
Yeah.
You know, we'll
We're
go from
open.
there. We're open for a date, man. We're open for a date, so give us a date,
Absolutely.
and we'll figure out what we're gonna do after that. But like I said, she said January 31st. I mean, we know that'll be a twofold for me, so I'll definitely have my ass in a sling.
You
if
can
I
handle it. I think you can do it.
I would definitely have my ass in a sling if I forgot that date, man. Come on, y'all.
Ooh. Say it again for the people in the back.
Oh, come on, man. So
But yeah.
So give us some dates, y'all. You know, if y'all out there listening, give us some good dates.
Yes.
Sometime next year, definitely sometime next year, because I think this year is shot to shit thanks to Corona.
I wouldn't even think about it.
So this year is shot to shit. So
But we
we'll
are
be
still
all right.
looking at houses though.
Yeah, we're definitely looking at houses. We can put some pretty good houses, some pretty good spots. So we're still looking at that.
down.
Yeah, we just gotta narrow it down, figure out where it is that we want to move to, and how much of a house we really want, because it's just 2 of us. So.
Yeah. But he got a lot of stuff, y'all.
I know she ain't talking.
He got so much stuff.
I know she ain't talking. What shit she got in her damn house?
But again, I do want to say I haven't got with. We are still working on the girls' chat.
Yeah.
It's coming along good. We got some good ideas flowing for you guys to let us share our thoughts on. So keep looking out for that. It's going to take place real soon.
Y'all. I'm kind of curious to see how that goes. But like I
Yeah.
said, I'll be there. I just won't be involved. I'll just be the engineer or whatever. So
Yeah.
But that's gonna be kind of fun, y'all. So we'll get that set up and all that good stuff, and we'll go from there. But it should be pretty fun. I think it's gonna be kind of interesting.
Absolutely.
So.
Me and the girls, we're going to do good.
Oh yeah, I agree. I have no doubt in my mind y'all will.
But again, babe, happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing us out of town. I needed this little getaway.
I
love coming here. I feel so at home, at peace.
We both did.
So comfortable. So good to see your parents after almost a year of not being here.
Yeah, she likes these people for some reason, y'all. What's wrong with her?
She likes me.
Yeah, she likes y'all.
And I like them. But hopefully Rona will leave so we can come down more. You know?
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll go. We'll think of few. We'll get something.
Absolutely.
We'll work something out because we got to come up here a little bit more because my mother, for those of you who don't know, she just turned 70 on the 10th of this month.
Yes, blessing.
And we need to come up here more because that's my mom.
Yes, sir.
So
no one above, no one like her.
there you go.
Absolutely.
One of a kind. So
Absolutely.
we definitely got to come up here more. We'll definitely do that. So
Yes, I love it.
that's a given.
But again, happy birthday.
Thank you.
safe trip to back. We have a safe trip back.
Oh yeah.
And we haven't set a topic for next week. I guess we're just gonna play it by ear by midweek. Keep subscribing, guys.
Yeah. Hit that subscribe button.
Hit the like button.
Hit that like
notification so you can know when we're on.
Yes, indeed.
And the next topic. So we'll probably post it by next week, Wednesday. You post something.
Post this one.
The next topic.
Oh yeah. We'll have something posted. You know.
We got a lot to talk about. So much going on in the world. Just keep us all lifted up. You know, because we all need encouragement.
Definitely. But there's definitely going to be a part 2 of this particular subject.
Okay.
Because there was a lot of stuff that we didn't get a chance to touch on.
Absolutely.
So
you can talk about the black culture for on and on.
Oh
and
my
go
God,
on
you
for-
know
like
I could.
Like I did today. I went off on so many tangents.
You already know I could.
There's different avenues of the black culture because
Yes,
you want
definitely.
us all to be in that tribe. We all need a tribe.
Yeah, we're all in the tribe, y'all.
Yeah.
So we'll get that set up and everything. But yeah, we'll get
All right,
that.
love.
We'll get the next one set up and
Okay.
everything. Have you picked a date for the women's group yet?
Nope, not yet. I'm still trying to get some things together, but I know it will be. If not last week
Mm-hmm.
of September, 1st of October, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely, because we're going to do some more test runs and get together. And like I said, I don't want no one to fear about being together because of Corona.
Yeah.
I want to make sure that we all are straight health-wise. I'm not saying that we're not. I just want to make sure that we are, and then we'll narrow down that date as soon as possible.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But,
Absolutely.
yeah. But that's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be an interesting show.
Yeah, I
think so.
Me too.
So yeah.
Me too.
But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate the people that logged in. We appreciate y'all. We
Absolutely.
really do. Yeah, we appreciate that a great deal. So like I
Yes.
said, hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit that little bell to let you know when we're going to be back on.
Yes.
And on that note, we are Audi, and I am Reggio.
I'm Mimi the lady.
And we gone, y'all.
Bye.